Normally I start with an intro, but I've been told not to. This one comes from Simon Tomlinson. Can't wait for Monday's podcast. Don't worry about doing any intros. Just give Willie a mic and let the Triple OG off the leash for the first 10 minutes. Up the dogs.
Yeah, it was like that on Thursday, wasn't it? It was like that. I was sitting there, like I went up to my brother's house in Eagleton, had his little boys, Les, and me and him watching that game. And like I was thinking, when I go up there, it's rugby league heartland. It's around Raymond Terrace, and and I'm like, fucking, we've been dusted on some weekends. You walk around there, they fucking ham you. So at least on the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I had some street cred.
Yeah.
And people just wearing their Bulldogs outfits. I don't think you understand, right? Like when the Dogs win, it's a release valve on everyone who's even like working for the club. Imagine what the players in that feel like.
Oh, yeah.
The coaching staff, you can just go, just for 1 week. You can just sort of let it loose. But it was a fucking good win.
It was a great
That
win.
was a good win.
Yep.
I mean, and I was thinking, watching the game, I'm like, even if we lose the game, but we lost in a decent fashion, right? Obviously, the club has a different fucking outlook on that. We're thinking, just don't get beat like you did in the last 2 weeks. Now, that's where like a lot of players were, a lot of supporters were. Like, just don't get fucking beat like you got dusted by Newcastle and you got pumped the next week after that by South. I always say it's not how you win.
It's the fashion.
It's the fashion that you win and lose. It's all that sort of stuff. So I'm proud of that club.
I think
proud of the club.
I think no matter what, they could have held their heads up high after the start.
Yeah.
Like the intensity with the way they started, and at times there was a time when Dylan Edwards went straight through off the ruck. And
I was worried about that.
I was like, that's concerning. But they responded really well, especially after half time. But yeah, I was thinking at the point in the first 30 minutes, no matter what happens here, I think everyone at the club can hold their head high. You still want to go and get the victory,
hard.
but it's
Everyone
the fashion
ran
which
hard.
they're playing.
Yeah, but they ran hard with some intent. That's all you ask. It's like you can tell when a great club like that is off.
Yep.
It's like, what's happening? You just got to simplify it a little bit. It's a bit more simplified than run hard and tackle hard. Like people just peel it right back. No. You got to, you got to contest the thing. You got to be disciplined and all these little things to beat that team.
Yep.
To beat that team and the way that they did. Like we sort of broke it down a little bit last Thursday about where's the fucking weakness in Penrith, and it was the edge, right? You're not gonna, and it wasn't. Presto played outstanding. Kicks played outstandanding. Berto, Galvin, like they played exactly.
There wasn't
how I
a bad
thought.
Bulldog.
No. Tupanua? Fuck.
Tupanua.
Tupanua is a problem. I was thinking with Les, and I was like, can he play for New South Wales?
Whoa. It's
Fuck,
Tupanua.
imagine him off the bench. Is that too early? It's round 6.
Yeah.
He does another 6.
I love Tupanua.
I know, but like just say he's never given himself a chance to play the whole start of the year
Injury
and to
suspension.
fucking have no injury or suspension.
Yep.
If Toops rolls up like with this form off the bench as a specialist bench player,
He's a problem.
I'm fucking picking him on the bench.
Well.
Because he can come, if you just say you give him 30 minutes in Origin and go cause some damage, mate.
He would.
I'm like, what other player can do that?
There's a couple.
I know Spencer could do it. Imagine him and Spencer coming off from the middles.
Yeah. I think you've got to take one or the other, though. You can't have two of those guys.
I was going to
Yeah,
say, our New South Wales bench for you is like your top 8 predictions normally. There's about 16 in there.
Yeah. Well, we can stretch it now. We've got 6. But I'm just thinking, like, if he's playing like he's playing now in the next 6 weeks, and we just say we win 4 out of 6, heading into Origin, he's playing like he's playing. I'm talking like a specific and a bench player. That's a different role. I always say that. It's a different role in bench players, the starters, mate.
Yeah,
and I'm
for
like,
sure.
him, Spencer
Specialist.
are specialist bench players.
Yep.
So.
Well,
just thinking
Simon, you didn't want an intro. You wanted Mace to go firing. We won't give them all 10
We
minutes.
won't give it all. We've got to break that game down.
Yeah,
properly.
I want to break down the game properly. But there was plenty in that first 3 or 4 minutes, which is gold. For us
I
already.
just loved it, mate. When they won and they scored those tries, I was like, no way. I thought we were going to lose. I thought we were going to lose when I saw Galvin on that fucking 5th tackle run the short side. I said it on the chat. I said, if that's responsible for him, like when he didn't go the kick and they just went bang, bang, try. Next minute, I'm like, oh, no, it can't be from that.
I'm so happy for him for the performance.
So happy.
We'll get down and break it down. But once you sent that text message, I was rooting for him so bad.
So was I. I tried to flip it.
Like the pod, I wanted because he's been awesome to start the game, and I know how fired up you were getting. And me and Lukey just both left it through the keeper. I looked at it and went.
Were you calling
heavy.
the game?
No, I was just sitting there
God.
watching it. Yeah. I was going, come on, Galvin, come on.
I said, this can't be the ending. I said, we're not going out like
That's
this.
how much he loves the Bulldogs, guys. Like, so that's the passion that, like, if you think he's passionate on this podcast, wait till you see our group chat while the Bulldogs are on. It's the best.
After I just said they've blown out to $6.20 as well.
Yeah. I'm like, mate, if this fucking goes in, because you bring it back to a couple of like Bailey Hayward, like him.
Yeah.
Like he was
I thought he was harshly.
I know,
on
but he was on. You know when you're on TV for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, yeah.
And when you're getting some airtime on Thursday night footy.
He had 2 penalties.
Yeah,
in drop.
and they were
the penalties.
I don't like the penalties.
No.
I'm saying they were pretty harsh. Like you're leaving it.
Let's break down that game later.
Yeah, let's go.
I love how passionate you're getting,
Yeah.
but I want to get passionate about the Disruptor.
Let's go.
All right, so
give
this
me
is
some
the Levels
Disruptor.
Network.
Yes.
I'm Justin Horo, joined by the Triple OG Willie Mason and the bro Lukey Stowe. Lukey's a little bit down at the moment. Lukey life didn't go so well yesterday, but we'll get to that in a bit.
Kick him while he's down.
All right, and I want to gather my thoughts, and I've got some question for you guys because I was off the bit yesterday with my man Jimmy Smith at SEN.
Yeah.
And I've gathered my thoughts now. I've calmed down a little bit, and I've got some information to back up what I think is a strong case. Okay, so this one comes from Simon Roth. Dear PVL, please scrap the disruptor rule. Many thanks. L1 from day one.
It should be enough.
Okay, so over the weekend, the referees have been getting hammered for their interpretations of the disruptor rule. I'm here to stick up and sympathise with the referees. I've got their backs today.
Oh, okay.
You didn't think I was going to go that way, did you, mate?
I was sitting.
Butts.
I did.
Butts.
Let's off the left, right, left.
Someone else is getting it, but we're going to do it. We're going to be, concise.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep.
It's dangerous now.
I'm going to keep the blood levels down. And Mace knows this too. When sometimes we talk about this all the time. When I go in, often Mace gets strong comments around his takes because he gets passionate and gets fired up. But as you know,
you're calculated.
I'm calculated, but I also sometimes go after the wrong people. I'm going after heavy hitters. All right.
Yeah, good.
Okay. But I'm going to do it. It's constructive criticism. They're big boys. I believe they can take it. But I'm going to point out some facts that I think can support my argument.
Right.
So you ready to go?
Good. Yeah.
All right. The NRL's disruptor rule, which penalises attacking players for interfering with the catcher during a kick chase without legitimately contesting the ball, was officially highlighted and enforced in the 2024 season. While based on long-standing obstruction laws, it was specifically introduced as a major focal point in 2024 and has continued to be a controversial subject in 2025 and 2026. Okay, the definition, Mace.
Yeah.
A penalty is warranted when a player does not make a genuine attempt to catch the ball and instead intentionally interferes with the defender's ability to compete. The disruptor. All right, that's the definition. That's when it was introduced into the
The definition's
NRL.
pretty good, isn't it?
Okay. I have hated it since 2024, and you know this. Now we're at the point where there have been different interpretations or different tweaks on the disruptor rule. So I said I'm coming after some pretty big heavy hitters, Mace. Yeah. The committee that decides rules at the back end of the year consists of none other than Ricky Stewart, Trent Robinson, Craig Bellamy, Michael Maguire, Wayne Bennett, and Ivan Cleary. So everyone, all the fans that are directing all the hate at the referees over the weekend and the video referees, you need to redirect it at this committee.
Go on.
Okay? Lukey's getting nervous as well.
Oh,
so
shit.
At the end of the season, I believe, well, that's the committee anyway at the start of this season. Now, 2024, I'm not 100% whether that would have been the committee because Madge definitely wouldn't have been a part of it because he was an assistant coach at the time. So I don't know who exactly established the disruptor rule.
Yeah.
But I believe at least five of these head coaches, strong figures in the game, were a part of the original rule. Okay. Now, let's critique them, and I want to figure out how this rule started. So, when you look at other rules in the history of the game, fans, media, coaches, you can poke holes in certain rules. But I guess there's an understanding. This is where I'm going to get you to help me out on this, Mace. All right, 6 again. Does everyone love it?
Man.
Yeah.
It's a fatigue factor.
All right, so there's grey area.
Yeah, otherwise they just keep going and bashing the hell out of each other.
Can we agree upon that there's grey area with 6 again?
Yes, big time.
Why do you think the 6 again rule was brought in?
to speed the game up and get the big guys fatigued a little bit so you can open the game up.
Okay, even though there's grey area and it's a 50-50 rule and not everyone loves it, I understand that.
Yeah.
Let's go to no fighting. Does everyone love no fighting?
Yeah. It's a certain part.
Yep.
There's grey area.
But you get why. But why,
You know what?
do the older generation wish that sometimes someone could just flog someone who's being a dick? Yeah. But we've got a younger generation that are coming through and we're protecting the players, all right?
100%.
Okay, there's another rule. I understand the crackdown on it.
Being a dick.
All right, let's go to high tackles. Some of them where I've watched games and I've thought on the weekend, the contact in years past may have gone through to the keeper. Let's use the Paddy Carrigan on Tom Chester hit as an example. Now that looked like there was whiplash. It looked like it was 50-50. But what's the reason for cracking down on high tackles, Mace?
Yeah, you just don't want any shoulders to the head. There's no head contact. It's all about the head, the brain, and HIAs. And
so we're looking after future players.
Future players, yeah.
Their brains, and there's a reason behind it. Right.
I think, at the moment, they're probably nailing that.
Yep.
The hit, you touch the head. When you see grey area in most of these things, I'm like, you hitting the head, it's a penalty. Yeah. Straight away. Last couple of years, some little cheap shots here and there, they'd let slide. They're not letting it slide now. I like it. Yeah. Just stick to it.
Right. And you're looking after the players. Don't get me wrong, and this is why I want to have argue both sides. There are sometimes I see shots and I've gone, they're going way over top with it. But I understand the reason for cracking down on it, even though I think the refs still get it wrong at times. Yep. So that's the purpose of what I'm trying to do here.
Yep.
Hip drops, Mace.
Yeah. They're creeping back.
Some of them, if you look at the hip drops over the weekend, and there were a couple on the weekend that I thought were traditional hip drops. And then there are cases where a guy's just trying to make a tackle and unfortunately he ends up around the legs. But Mace, why is the hip drop in the game?
Injuries.
To prevent injuries, ACLs, ankle injuries, syndesmosis, Parramatta have been crippled by hip drops. All right? So almost all of those have a reason. What's the reason for the disruptor?
To have an even contesting field or whatever? Is it like even? Is that it? To fucking make it even when they jump up?
Because I don't have the answer for the disruptor.
I've never even looked at it in depth like this where I was just like, this is annoying.
So
so both go up, it's like an even playing field, I suppose.
Yeah, let me just say this too, because often we have fans who blow up, we're changing the rules for, why are we changing the rules? Why are we changing the fabric of the game? Even though there are interpretations on all those rules that I haven't liked at points, you understand the reasoning.
Is it injuries?
Now, you might not agree, but you understand.
You might not agree, but you understand the reasoning behind it to make it either safer for future generations, safer for players currently in the game with the hip drop, or even with the six again. All right, there's for the improvement of the game potentially for the excitement of the game. Even with something as controversial as the six again, I haven't liked versions of it, but I understand the reasoning.
Yeah.
Now, let's get to the disruptor. And the reason you were a little bit
I'm just sitting there going, if you're talking about injury, I go back to Jarrell Yeo.
Yep.
Right? And career ending.
Yep.
Right? There's a couple of guys who I'm like, fuck, that should have been implemented years ago. Right? When you're contesting the ball and someone comes up, takes your legs out, all that sort of shit. They're getting rid of all that sort of stuff now. But then when they really break it down over the last probably 4 weeks, right? It's like you're very picky at this shit. Like on the weekend where you saw Drinky going up with that sort of contesting that when he's going for the ball. Or where's he supposed to go? Is he supposed to disappear when you're supposed to going up? It's not Drinky's fault that he can't jump like fucking Michael Jordan. Like Kerry Parner has got fucking hops on him.
Yeah.
Drinky just went up and went, is there no and that's what I don't understand from the people in the box that don't really understand how players are built different, right? Carapana can fucking jump higher than Drinky.
Again.
And he's going to die.
Again, Mace, that's an interpretation which we'll get into. But I just want, before we move on to this, and I appreciate you sort of getting to that example, let's, like the disruptor rule, so the Jarrell Yeo, protecting the players, that's another interpretation, Mace. Players going up and not bringing the attacker down and landing on top of them. Even though I don't like that rule, which is another rule that's come in, that's not what the Drinky penalty was for. The penalty's for disrupting Karapani from catching the ball by competing on it and then pulling away last minute. So the disruptor, I don't have in my opinion, and I can tell you're a little bit confused with it too. Lukey, do you have anything for us for the Disruptor, why you think it was brought in?
No, but I'm asking my new friend Manus, who's like the better version of ChatGPT. So I'll be back once Manus has done a deep dive into all the articles to find the reasoning.
Yeah.
It'll look for quotes.
It's fucking got me. It's perplexed me.
Okay.
I'm perplexed.
So I've got Robbo who might be able to help us out. Okay.
Yeah.
And let me clarify this because you're getting a little bit nervous.
No, I'm all right. I want to know what the fucking disruptor is. I'm just confused. I just go along with it.
Because the reason I'm bringing this up, people were targeting the referees over the weekend. And even you were starting to talk about the interpretations naturally, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the conversation. But check out Robbo's description of, will you be able to get this as well?
What is that?
Lukey, I've got, all right, here we go. I've got Robbo's presser discussing, here it is. Let me get it up. The exact time. So 2:25 to 3:05 on Robbo's presser. Here's Robbo discussing the disruptor, and then we will discuss this after Mace.
So just on the disruptor rule, do you understand it?
I did. I did.
Yeah.
Just probably choosing my words carefully on that. Just the direction that they're heading was right. There was too much disturbing of fullbacks. There's people that weren't competing. That's gone too far. That was a clear example of two guys in a contest, both guys looking at the ball. I mean, that's an overcompensation. If someone tries to defend that, then we're heading in the wrong direction. So I think that's the most extreme. I know there was a bit last night in the Brisbane game.
Okay, so there's Robbo, right?
On the committee.
Clearly in favour of the original disruptor rule.
Yeah.
But this is where I don't understand how he's perplexed with it. You created a rule that wasn't necessary with your committee, and it feels like just watching that.
Sorry,
Robbo
I understand the original, what he was trying to protect fullbacks and people coming up and evasion.
But why?
No, but I understand why they put it in.
So that's the reason, right? And if that's the reason, which we'll get to in a bit.
So I thought the reason was injuries as well.
See, again, show me if there's a case study of players getting injured going up and competing for the ball and coming down and getting injured. I need to see it. Because I watch, as you know, I watch every game, and I've watched every game for the last, 4 or 5 years that we've been doing this since I've been retired, and I haven't been able to see or recollect
any injuries from it.
So it's if the main reason, which Robbo was alluding to there, of why it was introduced, then that seems to be, right? I'm not 100% on this because I'm not in the committee. That seems to be the thought process. And have a look at Fitzy because I got Fitzy as well. So here's Fitzy talking about it not long after. And by the way, he was, I'll let him explain.
A large portion of that.
Talking about rule changes, are you any idea about this disruptor rule and what's going on? Like we saw, there was one that went for you, but then there was Martin wanting me to batted back a couple of times. Do you have any idea?
No, I'm a bit lost now. Yeah, I thought theirs was a tough one in the first half, and then, I don't know. I've got to look at him in isolation, but it's hard to know.
Is your understanding of it that the bat back is not permitted? Like you've got
I think if it's a fair play on the ball, it's a fair play on the ball. I think they sort of had a two-handed rule, but I think they've adjusted if it's a clean. If he misses it, it's a penalty. So I don't know.
They haven't confirmed or talked to you about that because it was originally the
team. Yeah, no, there's rules around it. It's just it still comes down to what happens on the call of the day. So our intention is to get better with two hands at the moment.
Does it feel like a bit of overkill?
Fitzy has no idea.
No, well, see, here's my thing. Here's where Fitzy is in a bit of a compromising position. And again, let me clarify this before. Always when I go pretty hard in the paint, like I respect the hell out of Fitzy, Robbo, all those people on that committee, but the referee's job already is, if not the hardest job in the NRL. The amount of pressure that you put on them with certain rule changes and interpretations make it as tough as hell. Now, it feels like Fitzy, watching that, and Robbo were in favour of the original disruptor.
Yep.
For the reason being, that we're looking after fullbacks and wingers catching the ball and it not being messy.
Yeah. That's
now,
it.
if that is the reason,
that's all I thought. Now I'm thinking you're just gone too far. Let's pull it back a bit.
What do you mean too far?
Is this what they're doing?
It shouldn't even. If that's the reason that you brought in Disruptor, fuck it off completely, right? Because now you're getting yourself down. Both of you two coaches, if you're a part of the decision, and even I haven't seen Wayne Bellamy or the other prominent coaches speaking about it. But if that was the main reason, I can understand every other rule that's been brought in interpretation. 6 again, hip drop, high contact, no fighting, all that stuff, because it benefits either the players or the game long term.
I get you what you're saying now. Yeah.
At no point did anyone or does anyone think it's an issue that players, fullbacks, are being distracted catching the ball.
I thought it was part of the game for years.
Well,
that's like a bit of like a hezzy and like all that sort of stuff.
You should wear that with a badge of honour if you're a fucking James Tedesco, Dylan Edwards.
And they did.
Reece Walsh, if you're going to catch the ball and a back row or a centre's running through and they wave their arms and you drop the ball, like how and this is why I think it's been, you know, the NRL have had to tweak around the original rule where fuck it off.
Yeah.
Get rid of it completely because it wasn't even necessary.
Wasn't ruining the game. There's no great fullbacks that have been out wingers or anything like that.
I've just linked an article that came out last night from Grainer. It's got heaps of quotes from Annesley on it. Have you read through that?
No, but I've seen it's like he's going to talk about the interpretations of the way. That's, again, you're making it harder for the referee. I don't even need to because I watched every game of the weekend. So when I watch every game and I see the inconsistencies, I'm not blaming the referees.
Yeah.
I'm blaming this committee in the NRL for establishing or what's the word?
Making up a rule?
Introducing a rule that is not necessary. All the other rule changes, there is not grey area. You can see the reasoning behind it, and I want to keep going back to that.
The game's better for it.
How the referees are going to address this or go into games this weekend and not have head noise around people flying through the air, whether they're genuine, what they're watching, is so tough, mate. And I'm really sympathetic for them. And I think the coaches on this committee have got to put their hand up and realise that they're fucked up here. Show some humility, go back and go, this hasn't worked. Even both coaches, Robbo and Fitzy, and this is not an attack on them personally, not to say that they were the ones that either introduced it, they were a part of the panel, but they've got to go back and look at it and go, we stuffed up on this one. Let's just go back to being able to compete for the ball.
Yeah.
And if you arrive too early or hit a defensive fullback or centre and like hit them before they catch the ball, which have been a penalty for as long as we can remember, then that be a penalty. Sure. But if I go up, Mace, and I'm a winger, and you're trying to catch the footy, and I'm within range, throwing my hand in the air, and you drop it, that's on you, Willie Mason.
Yeah, fucking oath it is.
You're an origin player.
Yeah.
You're a representative player. If you can't cop a little bit of distraction or can't cop a distraction from me as a defender, then get better at your kick catch.
Yeah. So remember you were big about this when it first came out, right?
Yeah.
You've always been a big fucking against. Yeah.
There was like
and I was just trying to think, this rule come out of nowhere for me. I'm just like you're looking at the game. There's nothing wrong with the game. No one's getting fucking disrupted where they're going, oh my God, I can't catch the fucking ball. I'm trying to think why the powers to be have come together in 2023 to get it implemented in 2024. What was happening in the game that was so dominant? Was Penrith dominating back then? Souths were dominating back then. You know, like Roosters is always around about then. Storms back then. Were their fullbacks getting dominated? Was people coming up and annoying them?
You know how sometimes
I'm just trying to think about the game itself. I'm just like, the game was fucking awesome.
This is why I'm glad we're talking it out. It's around the same time that teams started really focusing on short dropouts as well.
Yeah.
So if you remember, there were a number of times where there were short dropouts. Players were sort of running through, throwing their hands in the air, the team trying to catch the ball, and players who weren't used to it were dropping the ball.
Yes.
Right? You had wingers, back rowers, halves, sort of defending on that 10-metre line. But that's because you created that's because it became a trend. Just because that's a trend and it gets a little bit messy at times, so be it.
Yeah.
The players who are receiving the ball fucking practice harder. And I use this as an example. There are a number of people in the media that have used examples, right? As a defender at 4-man, the hardest job for me, and we talk about how hard it is to defend in the 4-man and 3-man position, Mace. I would love it. I would love this if this didn't happen when I was playing. A back row run at my inside shoulder or outside shoulder with a block player out the back, so I didn't have to make a decision because that would be easier for me. I could just How much easier would it be?
Ask the fucking 3-man today.
How much easier would it be, Mace, if you were just to null that it would be outlawed to have a block runner out the back. I probably would have made more tackles than I missed in that position, right? But But that's what you do because you're trying to throw off the defender. Like you're trying to make it harder for the defender, mate.
Yep.
The disruptor is the only rule that I can think of in the last in recent history. Because there are examples of rule changes that over the years that for whatever reason, that was the reason. In the last 5 years, the disruptor to me makes no sense. None. The fullbacks and wingers need to be better at their kick catch. And the committee...
And they are.
The committee need to get together and commit again.
One common denominator here with this committee, have a look at the teams. Look at they're the best coaches in the game. They're all top 8 teams all the time. Yeah. They're just trying to find an edge. Like, seriously, they're going to go in there, how do we get the ball back with the dropouts and all that sort of shit, because they know it's a big part of the game now. Yeah. How do we we might be able to get a penalty in here. We might be able to get something these coaches would never fucking think about.
So I don't think it's even that, mate. This is where I'm going.
Maybe they've gone too far now, obviously.
So what my thing is, I agree with, not agree. I think Robbo's description of it is the reason they got rid of it. I think they just thought it looked a little bit yuck and messy.
Yeah.
And that's not good enough. It's not a good enough excuse. You don't bring in an extra rule that makes it harder for our officials and referees to...
this is the hardest to officiate. Is that the word?
But they're trying to make it
this
black
is the hardest
and white.
one
That's
to do
the
it.
problem.
Exactly, because
you can't have it black and white.
Now it's got to the point where Robbo and Fitzy are a bit confused with the interpretations. Yeah. That's my point. Go back to all the way to the start. Why was it introduced? Who does it benefit? I can't even say, mate. You're trying to think. You're trying to bring up advantages where
I'm just trying to think.
I don't think any of these teams are advantaged by it, mate. Because guess what? And here's why I think over the weekend we were lucky. There was one against Scott Drinkwater, which was dog shit to begin with. Yeah. Ben Tolte ended up scoring not long after that, and then. That same video referee in the same game rewarded Tom Chester later on and helped
for not having a crack at it.
So guess what? They eliminated each other. So I don't believe the result of the game from the Cowboys and Broncos was determined by the disruptor.
That was the fucking proper little 10 minutes there, and I was just like, Brisbane had that game. They had it when Chester fucked up there and Shiba smoked it.
But let me go back, Mace, and this is why I said it didn't. I don't think it affected the result. Broncos were dominating because originally the Cowboys were penalised. The Drinkwater one happened first.
Yeah.
So they don't even So they don't even get the momentum to have the Shibasaki one later on, if not for the Drinky one, right? So Cowboys are in a compromising position, and Broncos have got all the running. They score a try off it, and then 5 minutes later you think, all right, the dagger would have been there from the Broncos if not for this disruptor.
So going back for the definition part. Is like does not make a genuine attempt to catch the ball and instead intentionally interferes with the defender. And that was Drinky on that stage, wasn't it?
Yes.
You know, and that's
he was penalised.
And they looked at that definition and went, yep, okay, well, he's putting him off Karapani because he dipped a little bit lower, right? Because he doesn't jump like fucking Jordan, right? That's where you need to understand that if you're the referee, but it's interpretation, right? No.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you're got an ex-player or something like that, you'd look at that as an even contest.
Correct.
Yeah, but he didn't because Drinky dipped a little bit, or he'd come down because he doesn't jump as far as Karapani. It's physics, it's fucking genetics.
But
that never comes into it.
If you read Annesley's quotes, it makes it even more ridiculous because he's like,
I'm not even going to read it, mate.
Don't
read it because it's going to confuse people even more.
He confuses the fuck out of everyone, honestly.
Mace is getting confused with my point. Mace, you're getting to the action now.
Yeah.
Which I wanted to so remove the action by this, right? Neither team, the Broncos, so the Cowboys were originally because they determined that Scott Drinkwater went from contesting the ball to becoming a disruptor. Yeah. I want to make this clear. Take away Chris Butler making that decision.
Yep.
It's the ruling sucks. Because later on, again, Gemma Shibasaki was in the range of Chester. He dropped the ball. It cancelled each other out. So I believe the Cowboys were the better team on the night and won the game. Then fast forward to the Roosters. Let me get this out.
Go.
The Roosters. Roosters are fighting their way back into the game. They're down 16, 18-6. Rob Toya goes up and glances the arm of Sam Strange Street. So it is a version of tackling someone in the air, sorta, with the disruptor mixed in one.
Yeah,
and Adam G was the video referee in this occasion, and he said contact to the player receiving the ball. but it was part of the disruptor / tackling in the air family, right?
Yep.
So that went against the Roosters. Then later on, and Fitzy explains this, now there has been interpretations that have probably been explained to maybe the main parts of mainstream media and the coaches. I'm watching it as a fan who could care less about the result. I honestly, like Sharks and Roosters, I am just trying to do my due diligence and be across everything that's happening in the game. When Nawanga'Nituase goes up with one arm and knocks it back, I went,
They're going to bring this back.
I said, that would have been a pretty good try. That's gone. Try confirmed. Wait, what?
Started the second half.
And then
or the end of the game. Yeah,
and then they do it again, and Nawanga'Nituase goes up and a couple of times. Now it's been explained to us after the game by Fitzy that they've decided now that the one arm rule that they had at the start of the year. I know, mate.
That's fucking beautiful.
I've got all the information.
Go.
I'm across everything. Now it's changed from you can put one hand up, which us as fans weren't aware of, as long as you don't miss it, because then it becomes a distraction.
Now it's fucked.
That's what Fitzy was saying.
Yeah.
Because that's basically what Annesley said, sorry.
So coaches, the committee, the NRL, you've opened up this can of worms.
Yeah.
You need to show some humility. You need to take away the ego. You need to take away the rule. Get rid of it. You guys created this monster, and there are so many other things that the referees are going into games that are going to be a headache and that are going to be really controversial for them. You've added this to the list of things that just make it harder for them to officiate.
Committee, right? So that they join together and they go to Volandis and go, we want to change, we want this rule implemented. Is that how it goes?
They'd sit with
Or does the
Annesley,
game come to them and go, we want to put this in, and then they go, okay, well, let's just fuck around with it.
My guess would be, and I can't say this bit with any certainty, is that the 6 coaches at the end of the year discuss what's happening in the game, what the trends are. I'd imagine they sit down with a couple of NRL officials, a couple of referee officials, Peter Volandis, maybe not Volandis, maybe Abdo.
Yeah.
Probably Abdo, because Volandis just gives it the final tick of approval. They discuss the trends of what happened in the game and what needs to be changed.
Games, that sucks. It's the only little blight in the game at the moment. I'm like, why are we talking about this shit? Fucking disruptor. We created it. Now get rid of it.
There we go. Anything else that you think I missed there? And how was I too, boys? I wasn't too
it's fine.
up.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's just fucking, it's a terrible, like the more, I've never given it any fucking mind, like thought.
But it's not like every rule that
To be
they've
honest.
made is like there's like an element of entertainment to a degree.
Yeah, this is
Or
not,
safety.
It just makes
All
it
this is-
Or play
weird.
safety.
Like it
Or
does.
play
It's not
safety.
entertaining to watch. I don't want your fair catch.
Yeah.
Imagine AFL had a disruptor rule. It'd fuck their whole game
AFL's
up.
not there.
Like
yeah.
we're competing with them,
Yep.
and we just want little. Don't touch me while I'm in the air.
Yeah.
And I'm all for, like, if fullbacks were getting wiped out proper and the fucking career-ending fucking things that were happening, yeah, I get it. Get out of their way. And they've ruled all that shit out on the way, like, don't touch their legs. Fucking oath. That's the number one thing.
Yep,
Don't touch
cool.
it.
I'm happy with that.
Compete with the ball. And you can have 3 or 4 fucking people coming at you. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Just don't touch the fullback's leg so he loses his safety. That's his safety fucking
Well, like
thing.
what happened to Bailey?
His legs.
They don't want that.
Which one?
Bailey, where they come up and you
Yeah, but that's
tackle
not the
him.
disruptor. No, that's tackling in the air.
He's still disrupting him.
No,
from
it's a
tackling
separate
the ball.
rule. Don't get it twisted.
Really?
Don't get it confused.
Yeah.
Luke Laulili got he was penalised through, and I hate the rule as well in the interpretation, but I understand it because we're trying to protect the players. Even though I don't think there's much Luke Laulili can do in that case, because he's going up to compete with the ball originally. Then he realises he's in a compromising position, so naturally instincts take over. That's different from the disruptor. Now, I said before with the Adam G situation, there was a marriage of both attacking the player in the air and disruptor all in one. So
It's fucking hard. It'd be hard for the refs, man. It sucks. Just get better.
not get better.
Just get better. Get better. Get rid of it.
Get rid of it.
It's a blight in the game.
That's a clip there somewhere, Lukey. I don't know how you're in for some work this afternoon,
It's a
but
separate YouTube video.
all the
Nah,
best.
it's fucking.
All the
That's
best.
what every fucking person's talking about. That's what sucks about our game, right? Such good football on the weekend, and all any fucking show talks about is disruptor and all that sort of shit. You hear like the whole fucking narrative is this shit. Instead of talking about how great fucking the Cowboys was against the Broncos
Yeah.
and all
It was
the
an
football.
awesome game.
It was an awesome game.
Yeah.
It was sitting there worried about this shit.
Yeah,
And it's the game's fault.
the 2 points of the game, which are confusing for everyone, and like the Broncos we'll get to it again. The Broncos were brave. I like the look of the Cowboys, what they can potentially be, but instead we're talking about the disruptor. Same for the Roosters and Sharks. Sharks started the game awesome. Roosters had a huge comeback win, but
Don't worry about the great play from the Wanganita.
a minute into each presser,
Yeah.
the questions around around the disruptor, which shouldn't exist. All right, Mace, after taking the East Coast by storm, Papa Flock is bringing the magic back to where it all began, officially relaunching its very first store in Parramatta after a top-to-bottom revamp. To celebrate the reopening on Friday, the 17th of April, the crew is throwing a welcome back party with 50% off the entire menu for one day only. Myself and you will be there, Mace, and we will be there from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. To meet all the fans, serve some chicken, and join the festivities. Papa Flock comes from a humble beginning as well. That's why we love it. It started in Parramatta in 2023, driven by a small crew determined to do fried chicken tenders better and fresher. Now we have 12 stores, 2 states later, and the brand is absolutely exploding. Papa Flock wouldn't be the success it is without Parramatta. This reopening is about celebrating a homegrown business with the locals who supported it from day one. Daniel Robertson put it the best for me around the Foz and Benchy comps that we're talking about on Thursday, Mace. Hey, boys, regarding Foz versus Benji reactions. One reason Foz is copping less heat might be because he is currently the interim and not yet the permanent appointment. Things might change if he is named the permanent head coach, as in with regards to the pressure, right, from Thursday. Also, I think a lot of the criticism around Benji was aimed at the club when they changed the timing of the plans around Sheen's handover. It was supposed to be 2 years of Sheen's as head coach, with Benji learning as an assistant, at which point Benji was supposed to take over and Sheens would be the footy manager. After half a season, the club fired Sheens altogether and elevated Benji straight into the role he wasn't ready for.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I felt about it. So Robbo, again, he's one of the guns for us here at Levels. He always has. Sometimes he even puts things better than the way I put it.
Yeah.
So he nailed it. That's exactly where the criticism around Benji and the Tigers were at the time. And again, the pressure may be there for Foz once. From certain parts of the media, there'll be people that back him, but there will be parts of the media that go, this is way too soon.
It's Manly as well.
All right, let's get to the Moses and Goff Captain's Challenge as well. This is where I went pretty hard at Goff and the Captain's Challenge. This one comes from Andy Patmore. Hey, guys, L1 from OG Day One. Love the pod and will continue to. This might be the first time I disagree with Hoz. Although I hate it when refs coach the players, whether it's telling them they're offside, blowing a penalty, calling markers, not trade, etc. I actually thought Goff stood his ground well to a persistent crybaby Moses was being throughout the game. Running it back, he's clearly just telling a furious Moses that he hasn't caught held, and Moses needs to back off. Moses needs to focus on potential milking or going over the top with milking. Love his passion for wanting to get the call, but sulking isn't it. Cheers, lad. Up the waz. Now, the way you view Moses is totally up to you. If you don't like the theatrics that he has, then so be it. I do think he's been harshly criticised, and that I have been critical of him before in different times. Let's get this clear. I am not arguing Mitch Moses going up to Peter Goff and complaining throughout the whole game or certain parts of the game. If that's what if that's what you thought I was arguing, no. What I was arguing was it a challengeable offence? Yes, it was. It could have gone up to the video referee. Peter Goff telling him not to challenge because for his reasoning and thinking he was going to lose it, that is why I told him to challenge.
So I think that's where the confusion stems from, because commenters and people are saying Peter Goff said he didn't call held, so therefore it wasn't a challengeable situation.
Yes, it was. It was a broken play. You could challenge it.
So
I've got confirmation on this.
Correct.
I've got confirmation on this. He could have challenged it. Now, he might have been wrong. And and people understand this point. If he was wrong, then so be it. Mitch Moses loses the challenge. That's the point of this. Do not tell Peter Goff shouldn't tell him if it is a challengeable offence that he shouldn't challenge it because he didn't call held. Yeah. Because we were seeing examples of it before where players got up to play the ball. Guess what? A player's draped all over him. He's got his hand in the ruck, and he loses the ball. That's exactly what happened to Jack Williams.
Everything's different in slow motion.
Now, the video referee might have interpreted the same thing that Peter Goff had seen. That's fine. It goes back, and Peter Goff is vindicated with his decision. Don't get it twisted. Anyone who was listening to me thinking that I'm trying to stick up for Mitch Moses, complaining about the rule. No, that's not what I was complaining about. It's about the challenge. Now, referees, if someone comes up, I noticed, did you see over the weekend? Because they listen, like that clip went viral. Every single referee over the weekend, not one of them did say to a captain's challenge when a captain addressed him. Not one of them even second guessed it. What are you challenging? Okay, yeah, sweet.
Because that's why he would have got dropped. That would have gone in
100%.
It's a part of it.
It's a part of the meeting they would have
He had a rough game. There were other parts of the game, and it wasn't. And I want to make this clear as well. It wasn't a Peter Goff bash up. In totality of him as a referee, it was the specific part of the challenge that I hated.
Yep.
Anyway, I love how he'd had a media gig booked in with Greyhounds New South Wales, and he's just talking about it with like patting a dog next to him.
Who's that, Moses?
Moses.
I didn't see that. Hey, this is where I think Moses went too far, and I love this from Greg Noyes. Moses even challenged the coin toss for Golden Point.
I saw
Perhaps that is too far. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Did he really?
So it must have hit the ground.
It hit the deck. I shit you not. I forgot about it. It was hilarious. And by the way, I thought the way
that's the best.
that Mitch Moses, even though he was heated with the captain's challenge at times throughout the game, he's actually been 10 times better than he has in years past.
5 years ago.
He's super frustrated.
He's lost his wingman. He doesn't have Gutho.
Yeah, him and Gutho.
They took some heat off him.
Well, but Gutho, he used to scream in and tell Gutho to challenge a lot of times. I'm telling you right now, he's been a little bit better. And even in this case, he was this is Golden Point, right? Highly stressful. A lot of things have gone against him, but a lot of things have gone in their favour as well with the captain's challenge. And he sort of just has a bit of a joke with Peter Goff, who cracked a smile in it as well. I couldn't help it, but crack a smile. The coin must have just been like slightly slanted.
Not flat. It wasn't flat.
Slightly slanted. And he goes, oh, that was whatever the opposite of what it was, because they ended up losing the toss and they lost the game. So there we go. What did you put in there? Oh, you put in the new Graham Annesley stuff. All right. Because we spent so much time on that, I didn't worry about as many questions.
Nah.
I just want to get into the games. We teased this early on. Let's get into the Bulldogs. 32 defeating the Panthers 16. Galvin and Preston had an absolute day out on Blaze Talangi, didn't they, Mace?
Oh, Preston's long. He is a left side. We talk about left side, right side. He's a left arm carrier, right? Traditionally, but he's worked it out. He spins. He can outside in line. He can palm across his body good. He can spin out of things.
The spin move was nice.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Galvin shortened up, plays really good. You know, to Presto, he's squared up a lot better. But Preston's having a year, mate. I know Liam Martin is out for an extended period of time with an MCL. He's got to slide straight into that right side position. Him and Huddy Young.
If Martin's out. Yes. Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
He's the best right side back row in the game now because Martin's been busted.
This year, form-wise?
Yeah. Who else is there? Ola Kawatu's had some really big stormers the last couple of games, but I think Preston's he's really established himself.
There probably were a couple of more unheralded players that have. Tallis Duncan's had a good start to the season. Yeah, more guys that have probably played better than
just consistent right side. 80 minutes every game, 6 games.
Siwa Wong's played really well the last couple of weeks.
But like they're clean line breaks and shit. You know, when the game was on the line as well, just bang.
Well, he's changing the game. Mate, he's not only getting through the work, and very rare do we see this now with back rows. There's sort of just been the reason we love Liam Martin and Angus Crichton for the most part is just they work their fucking ass off, right? Even Huddy Young's a different example because he's got X Factor in him. But the two X Factor back rows in the comp are Hudson Young and Preston.
Yeah, they should be the starting back rows for New South Wales.
Wow. What about Lachlan Galvin, mate? Well, all the chat was around Nathan Cleary's 200th game, Lockie Galvin's 50th, and probably his best performance as a Bulldog, I think.
I was trying to think, right? Just say if you put him, he's a 6. He's a 6, right? So if you put him in our system and you put him at 6, Birdo just sits on that left edge. So is that what we want to do with Galvin? Or do we want him playing both sides of the ruck or wherever he wants to roam, kicking down short sides and getting the ball like 70 times instead of 30 to 40? What would you rather?
He's always
him
pretty
do?
ball dominant, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't think.
But he's just not. He just doesn't traditionally look like a Jock Madden or
no.
Or
But you put him. You just want to put him on the left side of the ruck. That's what Ciro sees the value in him when he understands the system and everything and his strengths and his combinations with Preston, his combinations on the right side when Cherry goes back to the right probably and Critter comes back and then a lot of these little plays and nuances that he's got to get. He's starting to get them now.
So what you're saying is having the ability, which is his best move, is clearly going down the short side with
everywhere.
Jacob Preston.
You see Birdo doing left, going down short sides.
Yeah.
In our system, where do you put him? Do you want him to be ball dominant? Like this is talking to fans and other people just talking about he's a 6.
Mm-hmm.
He just sits on the left side of the field, Birdo, puts his kicks up, takes his plays.
Oh, okay. I know where you're going.
You know what I mean?
I know where you're going.
Well, so you just do a fucking big swap, 7 and 6, right? Or whatever. You put someone in at 7, Sean O'Sullivan, you put Birdo at the centres and you fucking...
So you think he'll be pigeonholed if he stays on the left? Is that your point?
Yes.
Yeah, gotcha.
He fucking stays on that left side. Birdo's in our system, Birdo stays on that left side. So we flip the whole system upside down to go to suit Galvin's play. I'm not sure.
I think most halves these days play predominantly left or right edge split, but the ability to link up is where their connection can continue to grow.
So
his favourite move is right edge, wide fours, kicking away from that bringing in the defender and giving Jacob Preston one-on-ones. He did that, and that's why
he fucking played unreal.
But then the part in the improvement in Lachlan Galvin is once it goes from right to left, making sure he's digging into the line, squaring up a little bit more to create some freedom for Birdo on the left side.
And it's the connection. If you do break it down on the right side of, on that tram track there, it's the Salmon connection to Max King to Sam Hughes to get to the left for a long shift. He just needs to be the guy at the back.
Yeah.
That's all. And he's figured that out.
Whether he's on ball or out the back.
On ball it doesn't really matter. He's not going to be first receiver. If he's first receiver, he's deep and he gets back and then gets to the middle of the field. It's fucking easy. I think he's figured it out.
Yeah,
slowly.
He's going to get better at it. Yeah, for sure. It was a great step in the right direction for sure. Like
even Tuala made fucking line breaks.
Tuala's been awesome.
Been outstanding.
I want to get to Sherry and Tuala in a bit.
I didn't even know you fucking put that there.
I want to give your middles a massive rap. Max King, played with a broken jaw after the Casey McLean hit.
What do you think about that?
Pardon?
What do you think about that hit?
Again, at the time,
mitigating circumstances. So we talk about Max King, he's probably 6'2", 6'3".
Yep.
You slow that down. Casey McLean's 6'4" the best, I reckon. Easy. That's why I reckon he's fucking my height. You go from being that high and you've impacts here, and then Max fucking pulled up a bit and then fucking turned his hit and slipped a bit. He comes from fucking 6'3" to 6 foot. You're running into shoulders. That's what I mean. Usually you should be the one fucking hitting blokes off kickoffs because you stay tall and you dip late. It's hard to get into Casey McLean because I'm like, he just stood his ground. And Max went from 6'3", slipped a little bit, pulled up, and then got fucking cracked right in his head. Like he lowered himself, he pulled up a little bit, lowered himself, if you watch it, lowered, and then Casey's already set. This happened here. Yeah. It happened here.
It's very difficult.
It's fucking balls out here. I'm already set. What the fuck where am I going to go? And that's where it's a collision game. I'm like, fuck. If Max had his time again, he wouldn't have pulled up.
Yeah, initially I thought it was harsh.
He come out of nowhere, Casey. Fucking nowhere. And that's where it would have, because Max is going, just say you're the guy who's run into, Casey comes from flying here into that space. It's a natural sort of fucking, Yeah. And he's a big body. He's already braced and then tried to go, and it was too late.
Yeah. So you're sympathetic to Casey McLean?
Yeah, I am, because I'm fucking 6'5" too.
Yeah.
And I understand fucking how people can lower themselves. Mark O'Meara used to do that, lower and then go the opposite way.
Yeah.
He would have knocked Casey McLean to the fucking 10th row up there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's a different level. He goes boom and then up where he went down. I'm like, oh, just those little that little movement there cost him a fucking fractured cheek.
There you go. Perfect.
Because usually he's the one you're getting those hits.
Beautiful. Because that's what we were talking about before at the start of the game, right? In my opinion, there's grey area in that.
That's a fucking grey area.
And
I feel sorry for Max.
I was sympathetic for both parties. Max, because he got a broken jaw and toughed it
too. He fucking cracked here and then just kept. He got better. He said, "Come on the second stand," and he fucking killed it.
Yeah, he was awesome. and he's probably going to miss a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
I'm also
fucking sucks.
sympathetic to Casey McLean, but I have seen versions of this. And even though I think there's grey area in it, and I'm sympathetic to Casey, guess what? Do we understand? Do we understand? Do we understand that rule and that interpretation? 10 in the bin. Casey, he left a huge hole because he's been, not only has he been defensively where there was a bit of a reshuffle, which we'll get to in a bit with Ivan. Offensively, him and Milky have been killing it. So that allowed the Bulldogs to get into a bit more of a flow, not stress out as much, and then favoured the Bulldogs in that part.
Then fatigue gets you back ends of games. Fatigue, what makes, that's the only thing these players are scared of. It's the fatigue factor because it makes you miss plays. You are so fucking tired and it gets you at the back end.
Huge moment.
Yeah, it was a moment,
Shout out to your middles though. Max King, I thought he led the way. Harry Hayes off the bench. You talked about Satili.
Big double H.
Harry Hayes has quickly become a really important part of your rotation. Now, he's missed the last 2 games.
Yeah. And this is where it becomes important. When we find our groove, right, and you get Leo back in a couple of weeks maybe, Max comes back, Sam Hughes and Harry Hayes, they'll be going for that spot.
So,
that's where I like it. So
this is my point. This is my point. Is there someone that can be inserted straight into the starting lineup so you don't lose Satili and Harry Hayes off the bench?
No.
Can someone go up front with Hughes? Can you get 15 minutes out of Lipoi Hopoi?
Yeah, you can get lips.
Could ya?
Yeah,
and is Saluka Fafita close to getting back?
Think so.
Because I reckon when those 2 guys come off the bench, and you play that small ball sort of system with Kurt Mann, I reckon Harry Hayes has been hugely important for you guys. And I noticed it a couple of weeks. He was supposed to come back last week, and then he was just a week removed from the HO, so they just gave him an extra week, I believe.
Sam's a starter. He's not a bench player.
Same. Yeah, he's not going to have that impact.
He's not. H has got great leg speed. Hits good. Like he's got a good bit of footy in him where Sam just needs to set platforms.
Under fatigue, those 2 guys are a problem.
Yeah. And Satili, and you got Kurt Mann on there. So our second wave, you don't really lose that much. You probably gain a little bit more footy. Game slows down a little bit, fucking tiny bit, and then you can get some leg speed going through the ruck. But Harry is a bench player and a starter as well.
Well, that's a good headache. Let's talk about a bad headache in the best possible way.
Yeah.
Bronson Xerri was excellent.
Yeah. I expected that from him.
Yep, so did I.
And I'm like, I'm not what everyone's fucking surprised with. He's a class player. He's a fucking class player. He's on the fucking bees dick of fucking getting an Origin jersey in the last couple of years.
That's where everyone's surprised, mate.
Yeah, so I'm not surprised.
This is the bad part of the headache, right? Like Anari Tawala, and I've said this, I gave him his flowers last couple of weeks. He has been your most consistent outside back in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And that's been at the expense of Bronson Xerri. And now Bronson Xerri's in because of Stephen Crichton. This is where I love iron sharpens iron.
Because both opposite sides.
Stephen Crichton's going to return, and if I was the Bulldogs, and Cameron Serralda, and I talked about him again. We talked about coaches just stepping back a little bit, having a deep breath. All right, these are some of the actions that we might have seen at training in the lead up. That left edge looked fucking so much better with Bronson Xerri there.
Yep.
Anari Tuala's been killing it. When Stephen Crichton comes back in, where does he go?
Right.
Guess what? Karaz, Tuala, Montoya, and Xerri, all you guys are playing for 3 positions.
Yep.
So fucking let's go.
That's it. That's what you want. That's exactly what you want.
Let's go.
You got through the start of the year. You sort of found your identity. I was talking to some people in the coach. I said, if that's the fucking benchmark, we're fucking close. When we're fucking like Panthers, you couldn't have got more of a red hot fucking side. I was trying to think of things. I said it to you, how do we beat them? Trying to think outside the fucking box. I'm like, I want to hear from your brain. I'm thinking, okay, well, fuck. Penrith probably need to be off.
You needed a reason.
I'm like, I need to find some. Yeah, you did. And I fucking believed it, right? And because I know what that team's capable of. We just haven't fatigued another side like we did the Panthers, right? We haven't held the ball. We haven't ran with that purpose all fucking year. We decided to do it against the Panthers, and look what happens. That's a full-strength Panthers team, and we're probably underdone.
All right, let's get to the Panthers. Daniel Griffin wrote this one. Scope, I know you love your pressers. Ivan's comments after the game. Yeah, maybe they're getting ready for Origin camp, is what he said. Seemed like an indirect message to his young guns on that left edge. Thoughts?
Yeah,
he's so good.
Yeah,
he's so good. It's a good little. There's been what were we doing? We did our origin team of a potential Blues roster from players in the dynasty. Kempy and the boys on Bloke were talking about could they, and Rennie was on that show as well. They were talking about could this current Blues team beat Queensland, right? So there were examples of it, and fuck, I love how Ivan's just like, might have seen it. Someone might have told him.
100% they would have seen
Oh, yeah, no, like,
Remember,
I'm not even like consider it like they've seen it, they've addressed it. He's used it as a way to just fucking check the younger playing group, and big couple of weeks coming up for that left edge, which we'll get to in a bit. What were you going to say, Lukey?
I was like, remember what I've sent when some players like things that we've posted? I'll say, I don't have to name who they are.
Yeah.
The other bit, just before, I know you're in the Penrith section now, but did you see Joey and Critter behind the post just having a yarn together?
Yeah. I seen a clip.
Talking about shape.
Yeah.
I love that with Joey. He's just fucking... And Critter's outstanding as well.
Yeah.
It's good that we can... And a bit of belief too with our boys. Like, no Critter. Like, he's a big part of like our winning culture, right?
100%.
And you probably... Him not being there, subconsciously you're like, right? If it goes, what do we do if it all falls to bits? We got it.
Did everyone have to communicate just a little bit better?
Yeah.
You think?
Fuck, you get just a little bit. Was Critter out there? Was fucking... He should have had the blue shirt on.
Yeah, the AirPods on. Bronson Sherry and his communication buddy Burton, they must have had the AirPods in.
Yeah. But it's a good win for us.
Hey.
For the club.
All right, you had an apology last week to the Penrith Panthers. My question to you is, did you tactically put out a fake apology to the Panthers?
It's fake. It was AI. Thanks, Lukey.
In preparation for this game. Just so they dropped the shoulders.
They dropped them a bit, didn't they?
Because guess what? One of the reasons that you didn't have the Penrith Panthers in the top 8, and I know you didn't, I'm sort of tongue-in-cheek saying this, did you have a little voodoo doll
Imagine they
on
just
Liam
dropped
Martin?
eight in a row.
Liam Martin, one of the reasons you talked about was a couple of the vets getting injured. Liam Martin goes and gets injured. Now, I hope he's okay.
Yeah.
I'm saying this tongue-in-cheek, obviously. But, there was a couple of people that were messaging me over the weekend and goes, Beauty, Mace got him.
Drop the shoulders a bit.
Mace got him with the apology.
Oh, it was a bit weird, wasn't it? Because I was just like, fuck, I could not think of a way that we could beat Penrith. I was fucking sitting here on Thursday going, I don't want to come across like we're going to get pumped. But I'm like, this is going to take a monumental effort from the whole collective, right? From coaching, preparation, all the players have to play their fucking best game, and they did. Now that just builds belief. That's all that does.
Yeah.
Did you see the look in Cleary's eyes as he was coming out for the second half, just through the tunnel? Were you on the TV at that point?
No.
He just looked like so dialed in. I'm like, oh, this could get ugly.
Yeah.
But obviously,
It didn't happen,
and
they
they
just
scored
kept
straight
on
away.
dropping balls. They just played un-Penrith like, we'll take it.
Yeah. Dill Edwards, Nathan Cleary, and Isaiah Yeo all made errors where you just...
Yowie had his worst game he's ever fucking played. How long have I been watching Isaiah Yeo? For just say 6 years?
Yeah.
That's the worst game he's played in his whole career. That's saying something too, because his fucking numbers are out off his charts, but like little things he'd be filthy at, right? Just drop balls in critical positions where you need your leader to, and you can give him one game off every 200.
You think he's earned it?
You know what I mean? Like fucking hell. And that's from, he has not played a bad game in my eyes for the most time that I've been watching him. And I'm like, wow, okay, it's good to...
Yep.
Good you have the day off there.
Yeah, the defensively...
Fucks Cleary up. The whole combination, mate. When he's not on, then Yowie goes, okay, I've dropped a couple of balls, tuck it.
Yeah.
Tuck it. Yeah. Not even thinking about passing, then Cleary gets frustrated. It's a negative style of play where when they're on, no mistakes, they will pass fucking in their own 30, in their own 20 to connect with the backs. When you're making a few mistakes, give me the fucking ball mentality. You need 2 or 3 of just holding it to get your confidence back. Then it starts, the fucking game gets away from you, right? You start thinking about other shit.
Exactly.
And that's your leader. Liam Martin goes off. So it's a perfect storm. So what happens in this modern day game, we're like sitting here going, how the fuck can we beat Penrith? And we fucking did.
Let's. I want to make this clear as well, though. Like Penrith didn't just play like that for no reason. It's because you were strangling them.
100%. There's a reason.
There was a time when Cleary come off the edge and he went to go tip on to Dill Edwards, and Dill Edwards was sort of in the way, and they looked at each other and hit the deck, and I was just like, oh yuck.
Yeah.
That never happens.
Yeah.
And they were both looking at each other going, whose fault was that?
Yeah. And that's pressure.
Yeah.
That's just pressure for a certain amount of time. And then you see that in the second half, about 65 minutes in. The pressure was still there defensively.
Yeah, it was.
And I'm like,
It
that's
didn't
what you
drop
want.
off.
It didn't drop,
Yep.
right? When we were thinking fucking Panthers are coming back here, 22-16.
I didn't.
The game was the game was still there, mate.
I know.
And then Presto went through and we're like, fucking thank God. And then
You're looking at it through the lens of a Bulldog.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at it from a neutral, I could see so many bad habits in Penrith that I was the only part that was concerning was the Tracy and Kurt Mann miss on Dylan Edwards. Yeah. That was so soft that I went.
That's all on Mann, I reckon.
Kurt Mann.
Yeah, that's all on
we
Kurt
left way too early.
Yeah.
And Connor Tracy's.
Connor's like, he's fucking trying to get on the...
Yes.
He's got to get on the bike.
So your structures are, for people who don't realise, who won't realise this, I'll explain it for you without even knowing the system. You can tell me if I'm correct. No. You hold it, everyone make strong decisions, get up nice and square, play direct, inside shoulder, inside shoulder, inside shoulder. Connor Tracy, if there is an overlap, he is on his bike trying to fix that last ditch pass if it gets to that point. Yeah. Right? That's what Connor Tracy's doing. So it was mainly Kurt Mann, really. But yeah, once I seen them go through, I was like, oh, that. and then the way that they handled the Milky Jenkins try, and I still seen efforts, and I was like, oh, they're all right. They can get themselves back out of this.
Yeah. What's he supposed to do then, Montoya? Just turn around?
Not much.
Eh? Awesome just a perfect kick. Perfect timing.
Perfect timing catch. I was like, tough position. Or the ball had shifted all the way in, so the line compresses.
So he comes in, and then he had to sprint out.
Not much you can do.
You can't. It's easy when you're sitting at home going, kick it out or whatever.
Is that what you were saying originally?
No. I know. That's what my brother's saying. I have to break it down a little bit to go, mate, he's pushed in here and he's coming down. He has to get out here and he get perfect kick and Milky's at the roundabout.
Blaze Salungi. Guess who he will be defending against this week?
Who are they playing?
Kulikefu Fene Fuyaki and Isaiah Katoa. And it's going to be even harder, Mace, because they will like their chances there. I'd imagine Blaze Salungi is going to do a shitload of work defensively this week, and they're going to get a lot of defence into him.
What does that look? Sorry, can I just elaborate? Like, if you had that game like Blaze Salungi, and you've said, what's he doing different? A shitload of video, attention to detail. So when you go through training throughout the week, bodies in front sort of stuff. Now, the reason Penrith have been so successful over the last couple of years is because the detail that they put into training. Now, there's the not grey area, but like when you do just say in a post session, for the most part, you're trying to go 70 or 80. Get bodies in front, like non-negotiables are people don't run through you, and at least if someone runs in, you don't want to make a full-blown tackle if someone is sort of on your right or left hard, but you've got to get your body in front. You've got to check him, and there needs to be good contact to say, all right, I would have made that tackle if it was a real game, but let you go to avoid injury. Yeah. This week, the detail around those sessions are just going to be 5% more.
And it's footwork too with him. He comes up, gets lost a little bit, tries to cramp, tries to get up early to try and spook the Galvin and stuff like that. And then good line runners like Presto and Fini Fuiaki will get you. But he needs to trust his foreman a lot more with Papali'i. They need to get on the same page. So you're just doing a lot of that stuff, like individually and together with Papali'i. So where can you put pressure on here as a ball player with Katoa too? He's a fucking gun ball player, one of the best. He's got to put inside pressure on him. Then Papali'i's got to talk to his middle, saying you've got to put more pressure on the play the ball, all from the middle, stems from the middle, and then it'll all come out. Then Blaze will make better decisions, right? He can be a little bit wider. Most of these fucking L3 people, they tuck in on the foreman because they shit themselves, right? And then they just fucking outside. They get you outside, it'll get you inside.
But guess what? They got Preston with one as well, so like a lead line as well. What they're trying to do when you're defending tight to your foreman and get nice and close, what does that allow you to do? Or what's the word? What's the word for it? The result, a potential result that you can get out from defending that way, and Jerome Hughes and Adam Reynolds do it really well. You get the outside back rower who's trying to punch on your inside shoulder on your outside shoulder.
It's like a legs tackle, Nelly.
And guess what? So what happens there is if they do pass the ball to them, you're able to make a legs tackle, and if you make it strong, that's where Blaze fucked up. But if they don't get the ball and it goes out the back, guess what happened? Obstruction. Right? You're on the inside of that player who's trying to get on the inside of you, so then you get checked, penalty goes your way.
And you know what fucks up?
That's why they defend tight to the full.
And you know where he did mess up? Presto's a left arm carry, right? And he spins the other way. If you're a right arm carry, you can come here, and that's his real estate there.
Yeah, good
left arm, like that, spun out.
But-
So you got to understand where you're carrying the ball. If it's a left arm carry, predominantly right arm carries on the right side, but he's an outlier presto because he's a gun left arm carrier and he can push across and he's balanced in that spin. That's where he got him.
So they'll probably, because Casey McLean will most likely get suspended. I don't know if that's a
Couple of weeks.
I'll
he'll
have a look.
probably get.
It'll be out now.
Yeah, there's two options. Isaac Tungle returns on the right side, most likely. Alamotti to left centre.
Yeah.
Or I think this might happen.
11 minutes ago. Great timing.
Yeah.
Pat Carrigan, 2 games. Where are we?
He was 2 then.
Casey 2.
Penny.
Oh, no, because he had loading from last year, Pat Carrigan. 4.
1.
One.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sweet.
So
I thought it was the other
they
way.
both would have got 1, but I reckon Pat got 2 for loading.
Pat's
within
hit
12
was
months.
fucking awesome.
Yes.
That was a gun hit.
I know. I agree.
The Chester was just shocked.
Grade 2
Oh,
careless.
God damn it.
Pardon?
Grade 2 careless.
Who for Carrigan?
Casey.
Both of them are great.
Yeah,
too.
they'll care.
Yeah.
That's all you can put in that.
Paddy
Careless.
is same.
Yeah, it was careless.
I don't even need to look, baby. That's the,
Yeah.
that's the footy
Just
IQ.
making sure.
Yeah, and that's spot on. It's just a little bit careless.
Here's where I think the most likely this we'll get a gauge on where Isaac Tungle's at for Penrith.
Yeah,
Because-
mentally, physically.
Well, that's an
everything.
option for him.
Yeah.
But another option, and he's done this before, it could be Luke Garner to left centre, and I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. There you go.
That'll put him in. Fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, on the outer,
Yeah.
should go.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there. Seagulls 28 defeat the Dragons 18. My favourite part of the game, because I know how much through my time playing with Foz. This is the try from the kickoff was part of the Desi coaching tree. Now, Foz, the reason I
It's an
know
old classic, that one.
this is where I think Foz. The best part of this try, and Lukey might need you to help me out with this one as well, because this is very clippable. Foz's footy IQ as a coach is put on like full show right now in this try. Now, Foz loves this play, and Jakey and Tom would have been a part of it at times. We used to have a similar play where either Jason King or Brent Kite were awesome at it. Take a carry off the
he was
kickoff. Look to most front rowers veer off to the right if you're coming from the left side or vice versa on the other side. And then you come off the right or left foot, you veer into the centre and winger, and you tip on your winger, and then away they streak. Now, the reason I think this try for me was more impressive, and this is a great sign for Foz's coaching career if this wasn't predetermined. The reason I don't think it's predetermined, because of one major factor. Val Holmes, for the start of the season, has been playing on the right side, and he's been kicking off to the left. In this game, Val Holmes had switched to the left, Moses Sully to the right.
Still kicking right.
Still kicking off to the left-hand side, which he has vacated. So therefore, Christian Tuipulotu is defending at 2-man. Kyle Flanagan was trying to get a rest on the wing. And I think this is after, let me just confirm this because I'm pretty confident in this. They potentially would have seen this. Yes, it was. They would have seen it on the first try for Ruben Garrick.
Yep.
And I think Foz has identified it, communicated it to his leaders in the team next time we get a shot.
Double hit on Flanagan.
Which was after the Tom Trbojevic try. And they've gone, whatever the name for it may be, I forgot what the name was for us. There's an opportunity to hit them with this in game. Now, if that's what's happened, and even if it was predetermined.
100% it has, I reckon.
No, even if it was predetermined and they've gone into the game and gone, no matter what, we feel like their edges compress a little bit off the kickoff. But if Foz has identified this in the first 15 minutes of the game after watching their kickoff and seeing where Valentine Holmes is defending, then this is fucking 200 game type stuff. And that's the first thing I thought when I was watching it.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Old school little fucking sneaky down the short side. Little
Foz ball, baby.
That was bad defensively. It was fucking bad. It's a bad look, isn't it?
We'll get to the Dragons.
It is a bad look.
Tough
but
watch.
I watched that. I went, oh no, we did that move 20 years ago. Like, it's like, that's just a fucking, no, mate. It's never happening. You'd think that would never happen in 2026 when everybody is defense orientated, right?
you can't get caught slipping.
Oh, man. Yeah. But Manly, it went the way I thought it would go. Be tough, like you said. Be at the start. Dragons will come out. It's down there, and what was the crowd?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah,
it was pretty good.
15 plus. Remember you were saying 10.
I think it was in between.
Crack at it? Yeah, 16 or something like
11.
that.
11,300.
I think that's with the base. Yeah, you said sub 10.
I said I didn't think they were going to get 10.
Well, right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
They turned up for a little bit, Dragons, and then they just got done with good footy. Like they got to side the Eagles of just ridiculous attack and some real hard hitters on the edge and some tough hombres in the middle. Jakey looked fucking terrible after the game. Poor bugger. Yeah. His head's done.
He said apparently Foz,
fractured, isn't it?
Yeah, Foz said he couldn't see. So
there's a photo of him on his whole fucking right side. I think they were impressive, the Eagles. Their defense was impressive.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I got my three favourite players. Turbo's captaincy, I want to highlight that before we get to the other two players who I thought. Turbo's the best player. Every time Manly are going to win this year, it's going to be because of Turbo. Yeah. Now, he might not have a 10 out of 10 every game, but he had some really crucial moments in this game. Big tick for Turbo's captaincy. At halftime, because I'm calling this game as well, I probably get a little bit more vision and I get better volume for sometimes interactions with the referee. Now, in the last 10 minutes, they were getting rolled by the Dragons so bad that the Dragons, I think, almost took the lead or took the lead straight after halftime. And Turbo goes up to Adam G and he goes, what's going wrong? Like trying to get an explanation. And Adam G just goes, it's heaps. Trying to, like a bit of a throwaway comment and not a crack at Adam G, but it's more so, you're doing heaps wrong. And he goes, no, like, what's the main thing? That's what he asked him. I'm sort of paraphrasing here. He goes, no, what's something I can address? And the reason I think he did this was because he wanted to go on at halftime and give information to Foz and the players and what they were doing wrong. Again, big tick for Foz's coaching, if that was the case, what I said before. Huge tick for Turbo because the player who was struggling, Big Simi Leafi. Apologies if I love him. He's going to be a real player for us. He doesn't have his juice in his legs yet. Yeah. He doesn't have his NRL legs. He was busting his ass trying to get up and
Fucking must be quick for these young
By
kids.
By the time he come on, Mace, the Dragons had all the ball, had all the momentum. And he had a couple of 6 agains. So Tom was able to go, in my opinion, I think this is what would have happened. Go into halftime, Fozzie, Big Simi struggling. Let's give him 5 or 10 minutes and get him off because, we've just lost the rhythm of the game. Or being able to go up to Big Sim and go, big fella,
give me 10. You
fucking got to work for me. You got a little bit sloppy there at the back end. Again, if that's what went down, again, I'm just
trying to put it together.
An educated guess, but I think that's what would happen.
That's exactly what
it's a big tick for Turbo's captaincy. The other two guys who I thought were excellent in this, Jamal Fogarty kicked the Dragons to death. Apart from a 20-minute period where they didn't have the ball, I thought Jamal Fogarty in the last 2 weeks has done exactly what he was brought in there to do. Yep. He's not going to have flashy plays. He's not going to have the Ches.
Steady the shit.
He's not going to have the Ches 4 try assist sort of game because that's not the style half he is. He's going to kick you to death. He's going to put you in the corners. He's going to make it hard for you. And he's getting the team around the park. Yeah, so big tick for Fogarty. And Kobe Hetherington in the last 2 weeks has been awesome as well. Through the middle, taking a lot of pressure off Jakey. When Jakey went off, he really he's renowned for his defence, but offensively he was awesome.
Well, he gets limited up in Brisbane for his whole career up there. You got Payne Haas and Carey and getting the lion's share of the ball. Him coming off the bench, he got a few starts here and there, but he can play footy. He's a starter in the NRL. Yeah. He's just never had to do that up at the Broncos because he's just like, I'll play a role here. I'm a role player. I'll give you 25 of the best. I'll smack the shit out of everyone. I'll do all the shit runs. Got a premiership out of it.
Yep.
See you later. Now you can spread your wings a little bit down the Eagles. Sure. Come down here, play a bit of footy because every front row, you know that. We've all got a bit of skill. We just can't show it on the field. Yeah. Right? Because you don't get, some players don't. You don't get a license to do that. You don't get a license to play like Jake Trbojevic or Cam Murray or Yowie. But we can do it at training all the fucking time. You'll get all these all the big brothers and everything like that. Silky hands. You just you don't get to showcase it in the game because you just fucking bang, lay a line here, lay a line here. You don't get that. You got to earn the right to get the ball playing skills.
The beauty of Hetherington as well, when
he's earned it.
When you look at the other middles that I think are going to be a big part of the plans with Foz, Paseka, Simi off the bench, and even Bullymore. Yeah. For as much as people love Bullymore's an offensive player. All three of those guys are going to be a pain in the ass defensively. Defensively, they're not as mobile or that. I wouldn't say that that's their strength. That's where he helps Jakey out heaps.
Yeah.
Remember when we've been sticking up for Jakey a whole heap? Jakey is having to have done a lot of the defensive work himself through the middle.
Yeah.
When Kobe Hetherington's on the field, Jakey's so much cleaner.
Yeah, it is.
Because he's not content. He's not always chasing his tail. So that's where I think Hetherington's going to be huge.
And you need that. And Kobe Hetherington will be getting that many player awards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because of the shit work that he does through the middle. And if you ask Jakey who's your player's player, he'd be like, Hetherington.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like that because you're with him all the time. He's just one of those guys you just fucking, he doesn't stop, mate. I play with his dad.
Oh,
Jason Hetherington, yeah. Fucking dog.
He was a
What a
dog.
legend, just a proper animal.
Yeah.
And Kobe's like him. He's just been in a great system up in Brisbane, but not for him. Not for his trajectory in the game. But now he is. He gets a start. He can play. He's got some skill. He knows his strengths.
He could be a bit of a cornerstone for this pack for
Yeah,
two next
you
2 or 3
need that.
years.
He would have been perfect playing the 80s and 90s.
Well,
for that
Jaden
size.
Sewell won't be.
Jaden Sewer. Fuck me.
Thank you. Thanks, Dragons. That's a nice little gift.
Yeah, that is a nice pickup, Jaden Sewer. He's going to be. Let's get to the Dragons. This one's from Tommy Smith, and he ain't even a Dragons fan, but got sympathy and love for Flano and Bell. It's the first time, long time. Love the pod. With the Dragons, brackets, not a Dragons fan, but I've got a lot of love for Flano and Bell since they got the Sharks the maiden premiership. Brackets finished. Does it seem like both Kyle and Atkinson are so right-side dominant that it's making their attack too predictable and one-sided? Luciano was throwing his hands in the air multiple times when the ball was either given to another forward for a settler or switched back to the right. Kyle seems unable to look left and appears to have developed a habit of pushing balls back the other way or settling back on the inside, only to get monstered in a tackle. Would it be worth bringing in Cade Reid and playing him with Kyle than letting Atkinson roam in a 13-style role? Cheers, lads. Keep up the good work.
It's frustrating watching these halves go to work. They don't do anything. This is why the Eagles went down there. If they scored more than 20 points, I was thinking they're home.
Yeah.
Because I know that the Dragons can't score fucking 30
Super
or anything
limited.
like that. Yeah, very limited.
Think about their
run
tries.
hard. They tackle hard. They just score. The tries aren't.
Look at their tries, Mace. A tap from 2 metres out, Luciano.
Yeah.
An late offload for Jacob Little, 5 metres out.
Yeah.
Barged over.
Messy.
There was,
A lot of hard work to get those tries. Individual brilliance.
Sloaney try was nice to set
Yeah.
to too. That was some nice shape.
But it rarely happens, does it?
Fuck, this is a great observation from Tommy, and I put this in, and because, they've been getting hammered. And, I hate pylons, but if we're going to be fair and we're going to give constructive criticism, a lot of what he's saying is correct. Now, I wouldn't be moving Atkinson to 13.
No.
I think Kyle unfairly gets hammered because of the nepotism stuff.
Yeah.
And I've said this before, and I want to make it clear that I would advise this to every coach who has a son in the league. Just don't coach him. Because there's going to be. Here's an example, right? Like Flano after the game. And this is in fairness to Flano because I think the team actually really fucking tried hard for him.
Yeah.
They could have rolled if they'd rolled up and he gets smashed, then they could have there could have really been grounds for them to for the board to fire him, honestly. But they turned up for him. They put in an effort, and I think that's going to at least save him for the next couple of weeks. Now they've got the Rabbitohs and Roosters. We'll see what happens after Anzac Day. It's a tough schedule. It's a tough schedule for him, and I like Flano, but they named Kyle at 7, right? And I guess it's a little bit about maybe a part of it was taking the pressure off Atkinson. He had 6 touches less than Atkinson. So that's not a 7. Like if we think about traditionally the 7s and getting around, and I know there's different variations of it now, Mace. 6 less touches than Atkinson. So that shows me that he hasn't even really changed and become a halfback. He's just the same 6 that he was. Even more damning for both Kyle and that 7 and 6 swap. Kyle had 2 kicks for 72 metres. Atkinson had 16. So, nothing's changed. You've just changed the number. Yeah. The responsibility's still the same for Atkinson, and it still might be too much for him. And I think the jury is still out on Atkinson himself. But I think we've seen enough of a sample size from Kyle to know that, yes, tick. Is he wholehearted? Yes.
Yeah.
Is he one of the fittest at the clubs? Most likely. Is he limited? Big time. Right? And you've got to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
And you've got to realise now to take the pressure off him as, you know, a really tough father-son dynamic. Like maybe he has to become the 14 or like off the bench mates, because right now I agree with this message from Tommy Smith, who's by the sounds of it, he's a Sharks fan, right? Watching it, I watched Luciano and Val a couple of times throughout the game. Val probably less, what's the word? Like he was expressive with it. But a couple of times he got the ball at the line.
Body language you're talking about?
Body language, and just caught the ball and bit down on the mouth guard, and there was not much there, mate.
Tell you why some of these limited halves love going right. Like they come with the ball, so the right arm carries, so they can go that way, show the ball quite easily because their right hand does it.
It's more natural.
And, it's natural for them.
Yep.
And they can straighten up and come off their right with their left palm. On the other side, that's not natural. And they have to hold back in their right hand if they want to square up. There's fucking pressure coming from here. Massive, right? So when you square up, bang, they want to get you like that. They don't square up, both of them, especially Kyle on that left side. And then if he does show it like that. No,
I don't think he can.
No, but it's just easier on the right side. That's what I'm saying when you say the right side dominant, because they're fucking natural like that. I could go down the right side and go boom, boom, look like fucking Andrew Johns in my head. Yeah? But on the left side,
so I felt more natural.
Yeah,
as well.
exactly.
Yeah.
But on the
Even
left side, on the left side, it's not natural because my left foot's not natural. Kyle's not natural, and neither's old mates here. What's the other fella? Atkinson. They're not natural left footers. They're all right footers. So on the right side, they love a right foot when they straighten up. Luke Brooks likes on the left side because he's a left arm carry. Bang, he'll straighten up with the right palm. Right.
Matty Burton, left
it's
foot
all
kickers.
the left. Yeah, they love the left side, right? But they love the left side because they pass right to left really good, and they don't really pass fucking the other way that well. But most of the halves now can fucking do it. They can do a double end over end. Easy. That's a normal play on the right side. They're not putting out that many flamboyant plays. On the left side, zing, you got to see that shape where it's like, I think South's running a fair bit. The lead, fullback out the back, and the centre. So you either pick the centre or you pick the fullback. That's the shape now because the centre's got to come in on the long fours. We'll go through those shapes when South did it before. But that's why they're not doing it, most of these halves, because they're not confident on the left side.
They're not yet.
They can just go boom, boom, and then they don't dig into the line. They can't square up properly because, defensively, they're trying to get at them, and they're not as quick.
It's a good observation, isn't it? Yeah, it's a fair point.
And that's most people. People's biomechanics, mate. It's
most right-handers.
Back rowers are fucking. That's why I always look at back rowers. Front rowers, you don't really see it, but you'll see sometimes. I'd rather get the ball on the right side when I was playing, because I can come off my right, left palm, and then the other side, I'll be mainly just running outside in lines. It was different because the ball on the other side is like, yeah. So I understand, and you can break it down even more to like the back rows and the centers, but even the halves. It's really fucking. You see that when you see a half going nowhere near the line.
Do you remember your take similar to what you were saying before? You had a take in the preseason about that too, around them giving each other like the 6 and 7 as the number.
Yeah,
and talking about I think you even said it was like, I could be wrong, but. You like Flano was protecting him.
Yeah, in a way, I
remember that sort of in preseason. You said something like that.
Yeah, because I think just because of Kyle's limitations and his sort of game managing, like he would be really in sync with what Shane wants to do as a coach, right? Like, what's the game plan? Even though naturally, as a playmaker, he's not as creative as others. He knows the spots where to do. Like one of the parts that drives me nuts watching him play is his negative style play on the last. But that would be an extension of the coaches wanting to finish in the right ways. Defensively they get into the line, all those little details. But I thought it was, in a way, it was protecting Kyle. Now they swapped it back over, and I think, again, sticking up for Flano in this sense, I think he was trying to protect Atkinson, who now is under the pump. But really, nothing changed. And my point is, this is the tough part that Flano's going through, and right now with Kyle.
And to finish it off, while Luch has got his hands up and Val on the left are just getting dog shit balls because the halves just don't dig into the line and create anything, because you're not getting into the 4-man, you're not getting to the 3-man, you're just getting the ball and just fucking passing it. It's different if it's like a long 4, you're down the short, so give me early ball. Not when you're trying to. Really good halves create all the time. Try and get you one-on-one.
This is where it's going to
Not
add.
2 and
this
3
is where
on
it's going to
brand.
add to the head noise, though, Mace.
What do you do?
Because I'm watching the presser, and Flano talked about being down on the sideline, wanted to be with the team, and this is the tough part about being a dad and the coach. And I can fully appreciate it now. Now that I've got a daughter, and like how loyal I would be to her if she ever decided
Fucking
to
oath.
play.
It's,
Like
yeah,
I can fully understand it. This is why again it makes it really tricky unless you're Nathan and Ivan. I keep using them as an example.
It's an outlier.
When in the presser, he highlights Luciano, who come up with a really bad play kicking it when it should have just been through the hands. But if I'm Luciano Leilua, who's had 230 metres, busted his ass off, scored a try, working so hard throughout the game, and then the other one is the kickoff explanation when Flano was the last line of defence, Kyle, that's unacceptable.
Mm-hmm.
And when talking about that try and I suppose he's trying to protect him because there is a huge pile on him. So I understand the mental.
That's your instincts, right? That's a father, man. It's just like you're doing it.
Let me
you're
explain.
subconsciously, you don't know you're fucking doing it.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Because there's been such a pile on, and some of it is warranted, but a lot of it's not. And some, say how far they can go is not. But if I'm giving constructive criticism, Flano talked about Tui Pelotu's injury, the reason that they were able to score that try off the kickoff. Tui Pelotu was that two-man. The last line of defence was Kyle. Kyle was the one that got beaten. Now, did Kyle sink in ever so slightly because he's worried about Tui Pelotu? Maybe. But
no.
You can't use Tui Pelotu as an excuse. If there was no father-son combination, you do not use that as an excuse. Or Luciano Leilua not being able to isoplay at the end of the game if you don't have that father-son connection, mate. And that's just being honest.
You need to separate both. It must be hard. It would be so hard. If I was coaching my boy, I'd be like...
He's got to highlight it, mate. If you're going to talk about anything,
I know.
You have to highlight that being a part of getting stripped because that is unacceptable. Because like you said, we're so focused now on... And guess what? He's been in the Manly system. He knows that the Manly players would have been... had this in the kit bad. So I'd imagine Flano's been, at least giving him information, or I'd like to think he would anyway. So really tough situation there.
There's one move that always I think about Manly, because fucking Brent Kite and Kingy used to do it.
They were the grouse.
They were great at it. And the next minute you see Snake down the fucking sideline or in the middle scoring that try.
Once or twice a
Prince.
year. Either
Prince, that rookie.
The Wolfman would be streaking away. Georgie Tafua streaked away for a couple of times.
It's great. It's a good move.
Silky
if you can pull someone's pants down, it's fucking great. Especially down there too.
A tough couple of weeks coming up for Flano and the Dragons, but I will say that I think the Disruptor rule helped him out a fair bit this week because I think they'll need more pressure. Yeah, big time. All right, let's get to the Cowboys 35 defeating the Broncos 31. A light that never goes out. The most exciting thing as a Cows fan is Dearden's improvement at 7. No longer a 6 playing 7. He's in complete control of his games, navigating the team around the ground. The run is there if needed and is still a huge weapon, as seen on the weekend. But Tommy is legit a pure 7 now.
Yep.
Also, huge news for Maroons fans as he's the guy and a big supporter of the Purdue Origin call. He'll benefit from having his 7 out there as well. Yeah. They could potentially play... No, they couldn't. Money's the left.
I look at Dearden and just go, whatever we just talked about before with the 7s, fucking flip it around and say the movements and how strong he is through the hips and how he squares up, it's fucking outstanding.
On the right side.
Both sides. Both sides he does it. I've fucking seen him do it both sides. Dummy, straighten back up. Dummy, straighten back up. He just knows he's just strong and he knows the angles and he digs in. He's got balls. I love him. I love Tom Dearden. And we said this a couple of weeks ago. They've been outstanding. They've won 2 or 3 in a row. Now they've won 4. 7 hasn't fucking even arrived yet.
Good.
It's been on Drinky and it's been fucking everyone else.
Yeah, guess what? Because those are the highlight plays. It's a great point.
Great.
He's been working on his craft as a 7.
But you've been saying that. You said it. We both said. We said this is saying this in a good way.
Yes.
Cowboys are fucking killing it. He still hasn't decided to turn up. Not turn up, but fucking 2 weeks ago he went, fuck it, my team. See you later. Yep. And now he just took over again at the start of this game. And I look both sides of the fence to fucking 50% defense. He's a dog. You're not running over him, mate.
Well, I got this point later on, but we'll get to it now. The reason Tom Dearden and Ruben Cotter aren't standing out as much as they have in previous years is because they were often either doing try-saving tackles, coming up with big plays for their team because they needed it. Now everyone across the board is adding something, and then they're also, Todd Payton alluded to it, outside of probably the 3 Queensland teams were the worst in the last 3 years. The Gold Coast Titans, North Queensland Cowboys, and the Brisbane Broncos on plays 1 and 2 from their outside backs. So many times I've watched those 3 teams and they just get sloppy with their kick returns or they come up with an error and put pressure on their forwards. Brisbane got better at it at the back end of last year. And they've almost got to the point where it just doesn't exist anymore, which is awesome. Gold Coast are trying to work on it and getting better and showing examples of that. And the Cowboys are well and truly past that period.
Yep. Outstanding. You've got to watch. When you're going up against a really good team like Penrith, even the Broncos, Melbourne at certain stages of this year versus a couple of games, every play's a play. Like you better be on ball all the time. You know, the players are in shape, and that's a fitness thing, right?
Yes, let's get to it. Because my favourite part of the Jackson Purdue try, everyone looks at the athlete of the try. My favourite part of what he did on a kick return is people don't realise this as well. If you're not watching close, you don't see it. The game was in a really good cycle. In fact, I was starting to think that the Broncos were starting to dominate possession. And that's really fatiguing. So what happens under fatigue, Mace? Mistakes, or you might take
the effort plays off
a softer option. You might not put in the effort. Drinky goes back, catches a ball on a kick return, and rather than just think that, all right, done his job defensively, he gets back into shape to receive the ball. Then once he receives the ball, he does what not many can do in the game. Takes off and does that try. But right now, pardon?
Nice ball.
Oh, Silky.
Drinky. Sorry, just let me put this in. It's his fitness levels and it's his energy that are getting all these other young little fellas back there.
Agreed.
Drinky's he's a senior player at that side. He's been around for a minute. He's the cornerstone of that joint. And when he's on, and he's told everybody up there, probably not verbally, but physically, look at him. He's dropped 5 kilos.
Yep.
So I'm fucking serious about this year, and he's got all these little young bucks around him. Tuolangi, he's been around for a minute as well. But he's keeping those young fellas in account, mate. Accountable for everything. So he's getting back playing every play. Drinky can do this because he plays every play.
Yeah.
It's an extension of how he is.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
It was a great team try. And I've noticed it because, calling the games up in commentary, the wide spaces on kick returns, more teams are going to be trying to pull the trigger on this if you can do it. Now, you've got to have the X factor and talent.
The skill set, the fitness, the footy IQ, and they've got it in spades up there.
Mate, you talked about the young guys, Purdue and Chester. They have a real chance. They're my favourite centre combination.
Where's Chester from? Is he local boy?
Chester. We talked about his story a couple of weeks ago. 2 ACLs, mate, since 2022. Maybe 3. He's been banged up. They love him up there. He
can play.
Fuck, he can play, Mace. I don't think. I mean, offensively, defensively, they're undersized. They're not as. Not to say that they're bad defenders or weak defenders, but like if you look at the body shapes of, say, a Stephen Crichton or Herbie Farnworth in comparison, they don't have that.
No, especially in the outside backs, they're pretty little.
Yep. Or Katoni Staggs, where Katoni can get you offensively, all 3 of those guys, but they can monster you defensively.
Yeah.
Now, these 2 probably don't have that in their game just yet, but offensively, if the game's in the balance and you can give them wide spaces, both Tom Chester and Jackson Purdue are a problem.
They are big problems. And they're fit and they're young and they just don't stop. They don't. They're fucking, it'd be hard. And they execute, they can execute at a high level. Even that try, like for Drinky to have the fucking balls to do that and to get in a position and him to drop back and just, all right, I'm here. Most centers, there's some centers don't do that. They don't drop back, mate.
No. And there was a couple.
That's some gun centers that I'm talking about. I'm not even going to name them.
Yeah, Murray Talangi was back in shape. I think Clifford also got back in shape. They're in a good spot. And also the other, like the big story leading into it was Drinky is apparently, and it's been confirmed now in the Payton presser.
What's happening there? I saw that. I saw a little bit. I didn't read it much.
Yeah, Payton confirmed it in the presser after. His management have asked if there was. If he could be given permission to negotiate elsewhere for next year. He's still got a year left on his contract, so he wouldn't be able to normally negotiate until November 1. The Cowboys granted it, but he said he wants to chat to Drinky.
Fuck. Because they'd be thinking, you got Purdue there.
Yep.
Drinky would be asking 800 plus.
He would already be on close to 800
Okay.
plus for $1 million.
The new teams potentially, obviously,
Bears would be offering him $1 million.
Dragons are in there for him apparently as well.
Yep.
They've signed Nick Meaney, haven't they, Perth?
Yep.
I'm not sure, as a centre or just a hybrid sort of outside back. I'll be signing Drinkwater as my fullback.
Well, also the Bulldogs and Dragons have been linked to him, not just the new teams.
Okay.
So now that he's available to negotiate, fuck, I want him to stay.
He's going to be one of these players. We've already said it. He's going to go through his career and not play a rep game. And it's fucked because he's in the age of like the greats, the greatest fullback little era in the last 20 years. Fucking, we're putting guys like Minicello and Carmichael Hunt back in the pack because of these guys, right? Yeah. Because of Billy, for Teddy and all these sort of guys now. And he's going to be there. It's like he's going to have a career, like 250 plus games, like hopefully a premiership and all that kind of stuff, but never play a rep game. Like Luke Patton. Luke Patton was a gun. Never played a rep game. Played like 300 games. Just solid club.
The problem for about the Cowboys is they want to get Purdue more ball, and I think they view him as a long-term fullback. That could that's just my guess. And they've got Zach Labert, who's not currently playing at the moment, who looked good on the wing, right? So he's more of a left centre as well. So it'd be this Labert, Chester, and Purdue. Whereas, like as you know, injuries, Mace. Like, I'd love to. I'd wonder if they can. I guess Drinky wants to do it and get on the front foot right now while he's playing so well and get a 3-4 year deal at $1 million per season.
How old is Drinky? Sorry, he's 28.
Turning 29 this year.
He's in his prime.
Turning 29 this year. So like he wants to do that to secure his future for the next 3 years and get a big pay packet. But also like, fuck, can the Cowboys do something special in the next 2 years? They've got to
not without him.
Yeah, I agree.
Not without him.
I agree. I agree.
So he was Melbourne first.
Yeah.
Played fuck all, right? So he was a late bloomer into the whole,
Cowboys,
like 24. How long's he been up the Cowboys?
2019 he joined the Cowboys.
Yeah. Been a minute.
Jesus.
Yeah.
How quick did that just go? Sorry.
Everything goes quick.
So he went up there as a 22, 23-year-old.
Yeah, granted immediate
That's
release.
fucking old. Right? That's old for his. So I'm thinking he's 25 in NRL terms, right?
Yeah.
Because he would have debuted when he was 18 and then just did fuck all for 2 or 3 years and then went up to the Cowboys because he had gun fullbacks down there.
Yeah,
Pappy and that.
He did get a crack at the Storm for a little bit and he's part of, as you know, their system is not like easy even if you're not playing.
One game.
Sorry, but how many preseasons has he done there?
Exactly.
That'll take the life off you.
And again, just before we move off the Cowboys.
So I'm just trying to give him some more money so you don't look at him as a 28-year-old.
Oh, don't worry about that.
Yeah,
he's getting paid.
I'm just thinking how much. I think he's right in his prime now. Right now. I think he's got 5 of the best ahead of him.
Well, I think he's getting a 4 or 5 year deal for $1 million. Drinky.
Yeah. Go get your money.
Yeah.
Go get it, son.
Yeah. Also happy for our man, not Lukey Live. Heal him, Lukey. He's fucking putting together a good season.
That's what happens when he stays fit.
Apparently, because he's off the injury report right now, and I was trying to figure this out yesterday for the information for the show. There's nothing in the injury report around Jeremiah Nye, so I don't know if he either played Queensland Cup this week or he just may be back next week. So
good sign.
Yeah, they got the.
I want the Nanai to come back. I want the fucking real deal Nanai to come back.
Yep.
Hopefully, he's been in the lab just working on his
for sure
just little things, man. When he comes back, motivated. And he's one of the best back rows in the game. He's on, mate. When he's on, they're on. X factor there, isn't it?
I thought the Broncos were really good as well. My first thought watching this game as well, just aside from maybe the Wars, it was like, we talked about the crowd at the Titans last week, which the Broncos, they just, every game's packed out. And I was watching this game at Suncorp with the Cowboys, who traditionally don't get good crowds to their games. Fuck, would be mad to play. Would you factor this in if you were like a young kid now?
I played when the Cowboys.
Yeah. So as being a part of this game and just seeing a Broncos team that did not have Reece Walsh,
Adam
Reynolds, and Ben Hunt, just pack it out, and the stadium was pumping. And
how
the
many
game
was at
awesome.
that stadium? 46.
at
Easy.
Suncorp.
Yeah, I remember playing these guys, and I didn't realise the whole big rivalry. I think I played in 2010, and it was fucking massive.
Yeah.
It was probably as big as, obviously it's not
45,
as big,
45.
not as big as Origin,
Yeah.
but Origin's 52. Like, you only talk about 7,000
Yeah, you're not
people.
noticing 7.
Yeah,
That's every week.
But that's, I know. Credit to fucking the Broncos.
Yeah.
It's got a massive fan base. But like playing in this game, I'm just talking about the energy in the game. It's like a semi-final, like grand final. Like, I'm like, where's this come from? I get it. Cowboys the younger brother, man. I love it. I love this.
People will
game.
complain
The
about
energy's
calling it a
crazy.
Queensland derby because they're so far away from each other. But it's
When you're playing a fucking 2015 grand final like that, if it wasn't a derby,
it's a great
before that,
rivalry.
Yeah. It's closer to come to Sydney.
We talked about the Paddy Carrigan sin bin.
It is. From Brisbane.
It would have been celebrated 5 years ago. The Paddy Carrigan shot.
Great hit.
Now
it was just big
now it's
man. It was
outlawed.
big man on little man. Get the fuck out of the ruck.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like to me. And I was just like, great hit. Then I'm like, okay, rules have changed. Settle down, big man. You're going to get sent, Paddy. Fuck. And that's what you've got to take into calculation. Every time you go for one of these game-changing sort of hits, right?
Momentum changing.
Yeah, a momentum changer. Like, you're trying to change momentum in a good way defensively, and then it can come off horrible.
He did fuck all wrong.
I know that much,
Yeah.
right? And he's and I put in, I'll calculate all that when Tom's going from here to this height, all that little things. He's already set Carrigan.
In
He's
my
already
heart of hearts,
aimed and hit.
I
And
think
I'm
it's
like,
whiplash.
Who do you blame? When are they going to start blaming the ball runner?
Yeah, they try to mitigating circumstances.
You can't.
Again,
That's the grey area we don't want to dip into.
Yeah.
That's the fucking grey that I live in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I look at that and like, you got to sort of somehow go, where I got to dip way lower. I can't even threat around. No, Paddy's what, 6'3", 6'4"?
yeah.
He's little, Chester. He's little.
Oh.
And you don't know, he's not fucking, he'd be 5'10" max.
Oh,
I don't know. Give him 5'11".
yeah, 5'11".
5'11", and just like you.
6 foot.
6 foot.
Totally.
Whatever.
He's a Rennie
Yeah,
6.
he's fucking skinny.
Is he a Rennie 6?
Little brown snake arms.
He's a Rennie
He needs
6
to do
foot.
some arm curls, that fucking Chester. I saw him. Anyway.
I was
Seriously,
actually
I was looking at his arms. I'm like, fuck, what's he doing in the gym?
Well, he's been working on the ACL. So
Yeah, he's just doing all lower body. That's what he does.
Yeah.
But you got to think about if you're a middle now, like not to go, it's fucking full fucking crazy like that because it costs you 10 minutes in the bin.
Yep.
Costs you the
2
game.
weeks.
You just got to dip. Wherever you're dipping, dip a little bit.
Dip a little bit lower. Yeah, it's a tough one.
Because that intent, the intent and everything is like to take his head off, but you just got to hit through the chest.
Shout out to Tom Duffy. I thought he was really good for
Yeah,
the
he was
Broncos. He stepped up even more so in the half after the kickoff. In the first half when he kicked one out in the full, I went, "Ooh, this could
I mean, a
really
good kick, but he only just missed it.
just missed it."
Fuck, that's what I look at.
Footy IQ,
Yeah.
Murray Taulagi.
Fucking
just got to
great.
stand there.
Yeah.
Bang.
He's smart, eh? Telling.
He has. I think I know it's only one game, but it's a huge game without Walsh, Reynolds, and Hunt to play like that with Ezra Mam in big moments against your ex team. I know Jonah Pezzic's on his way up.
He wasn't scared.
Tom
Wasn't scared at
Duffy's
the moment.
Tom Duffy's got a chance to compete. I think so. Like whether it's with Ezra Mam, I don't know what Ben Hunt's doing, but that was impressive. I thought he was really good.
There's no way that if you're the Broncos coach thinking that Pezzett comes in and just fucking runs the show.
No.
No way.
I don't think
he needs
so.
to prove himself way more than everyone thinks.
I think it'll bring out the best in both of them.
Certainly, I hope so.
Let him get to preseason and work it all out because I was so impressed with Duffy, especially at the back end. He had some nice moments.
Yeah.
Forward pass to Karapani, I think, which led to the Mam try, but that is what it is.
What about Ezra? What do you think about Ezra?
I thought Ezra, that's just
Has he
typical.
gotten bigger? Has he put on size? Or has he just got no hair? The haircut just makes him feel.
Do you reckon? Yeah. So I love when players do the no business, like the all business haircut,
love
get
it,
it
yeah.
off. He looks fucking
He
thicker
just
and like more
looks
aggressive.
bigger,
Who did he lick? Drinky.
Yeah, he gets ya.
So he licked Drinky defensively underneath his ribs.
Drinky got him.
And then first he went down a short side and ran straight over Drinky, and then they had a bit of an exchange. And then Drinky, I think, tried to get him back by running at him later on, and Ezra just picked him up and went,
just pumped him.
bullets. Like you can
He's strong, man.
defensively, you can get Ezra with some footwork and
It's
and-
turning in and out. You're not
setting
getting him.
shape at him. But if you run straight at him, he'll lick you.
No. I've always said that. He's not a bad defender, like a hitter. He's sometimes gets misread defensively.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's hard in that position, mate. It's the hardest position to defend at.
Raiders 36, hang on and defeat the Rabbitohs 34. This is a really fun game to watch, actually. But my favourite moment of the weekend was Savelio Tamale, intercept try, picks it up, takes it the distance. Let's talk this one out.
What happened?
So I think he was, for whatever reason, even though he was 5 metres out from the post, he was trying to take it and I think he was trying to make Cody Walker run past him, duck underneath, and then put the...
Yeah.
That's what I think he was
Something like that.
So Cody was filthy that he...
Filthy. Did you see the last punch? I love it. Love it, Cody.
I love it as well.
Fucking love it.
Cody was filthy that he tried to improve the position on him, like, disrespect, you fucking...
It's already there.
Exactly. Right? And he fucking even sprayed him after it as well. Like, you can see him continue.
Oh, mate. It's all warranted.
He gets up. Savelio sort of gets up and looks at him as, like, half dazed and confused and must have been, really, fatigued or whatever. Anyway, and then as he's walking up the sideline, Sticky grabs him.
Come here.
And he gives him some instructions. And then after the game, Sticky said he's just a young player, he's a bit down on confidence, who just needed a reminder about what's important. Paraphrasing, but that's what it was. That's what he alluded to.
I didn't know what he was doing because I had to rewind. I said, what's happening here? Did he do a hamstring?
That's what I thought originally.
Is he injured? Then I saw his next hit up. I said, he ain't done a hamstring.
No. As soon as I seen him get up and walk away, I went, and he's sort of limping. I think he was half putting that on to make people think that was the reason. But I was like, oh, that's sneaky little. He tried to take it under the post, thinking he's getting an 8-point try in the Nines comp or something like that. You know, when you get bonus point tries in the Nines tournament back in the day? I was like, what is he thinking? Anyway, so Cody gives him a spray. Ricky clearly gave him a spray. But the part that I love the most is he took both like a rookie with humility. Yeah. So like he sort of looks up. Fine. He looks up at Cody and sort of was like,
fuck that.
And Cody's just, you fucking...
What are you doing, fuckhead?
Try to do that shit to me and all this sort of stuff. Anyway, he goes to Ricky.
So I don't think he knew.
And he's looking at Ricky and he's going, yeah.
Fucked it.
Yeah. And then took it, and honestly, just took his licks and then went back and they got the victory. But if for whatever reason he had knocked that on or there had been, if they had lost the game, I reckon it's a completely different Ricky in the sheds after.
Mate, I was just dumbfounded. I was like, what's going on here? And then, I don't think he knew it was Cody Walker as well.
I don't think he cared. And originally.
Maybe. He just trying to... Then I love the Cody just going. He just knew what was. It sort of just kept clicking to him. He's like, "What's he?
Yeah,
what are you fucking doing?" And then the last hit, and he's just getting up, going, "Hey, I scored."
Yeah,
it was a very weird moment.
He was, he's so strong.
Yeah, he barely gets put on his back.
So that's the part of it. I don't think he would even care. I don't think it would have mattered if it was the trail. I think he would have tried to throw that's just how he's built. And
it was a weird moment. At least he scored, and he didn't. We're not sitting here talking about I changed the game and Sticky hammered him and hooked him and fucking Cody went mental.
Well, Sticky did make some changes. Big shake up to the pack. Big Papa, the Horsburgh, and Noel Martin back to the bench. We alluded to that there might be some changes, but rather than drop people completely, he just reshuffled the forward pack, got some minutes into Ata Mariota. Morgan Smithy started, and Zach Hoskin.
I like the look of Morgan Smithy starting. At lock or front row, whatever it is, him in the middle.
Lock. He played lock for Horsburgh. Yeah.
So I always say, when Horsburgh plays lock, he has a different mentality. He thinks he's fucking turns into Sonny Bill. Seriously. And fucking Anthony Tupou with the skill set, right? Yeah. Where when he's got the 10 or 8 on his back, more direct, more off the 9. Yeah. When he's playing 13, he thinks he has to turn into Yowie, right? He's got to find that balance.
It worked really well. I think it was 6-all before Horsburgh and Big Papa in that. And even Noel Martin come on pretty early.
Noel Martin.
And then that's when they went on their little run just before halftime.
It's a great change from Stick.
Yep. Tactically, I thought it was really good coaching from Sticky. I don't know if he's going to go with it week in, week out, but it got a response. Yeah. They still just managed to hang on.
And this game was they should have, the Rabbits should never have got back to this. This was a 36-18 game.
But that's the Rabbitohs too.
Yeah, that's the Rabbits nearly coming and getting you right. Yeah. Why if you're the Raiders, why can't we just end it? Why do we have to put a fucking a showstopper at
The
the
Rabbits
end.
even had enough. I thought they were going to win. I thought they had enough. When you got 2 minutes on the clock with Latrell and Cody in that, I thought it was when Latrell threw that first forward pass with a couple minutes to go, and then he ended up getting another opportunity and he iced it later on. Like they just ran out of time. Wayne said it the best in the presser. He goes, "We weren't beaten. We just ran out of time."
Yeah, they were coming. Exactly. I was just like, fuck, what are Raiders like? They should have just ended it. But I reckon when you're at that point with the Raiders, you're like, I don't give a shit how we get it
That's
done.
what Ricky
we just
said.
get it done.
That's what
and then
Ricky
we
said.
kick off the year now.
KO Weeks. I was watching-
Sorry. Fucking try. I had to rewind it again to say where he was fucking 97 meters off his line.
It was the best
the
part
try line.
about it was it wasn't a kick return. It was a tough carry.
Yeah. The balance, strength, and then the speed to back up and how fit he is. When he put the ball down, he wasn't breathing.
Not super
I
hard,
just
was
went,
he?
maybe after you just went,
He's in
little
good
bit
shape.
tight. I want to know how fit he is.
So here's what I was thinking watching that, and then I watched it even more so when Strangey streaked away for his try as
He
well.
looked good.
It's fucking spewing. I should have had Strangey and end up going our man Tallis Duncan. Would have been the multi back-to-back weeks. Anyway, I was watching Weeks, Strange, and Sasangi throughout the game going, you know what? We're sort of robbed by Canberra and the conditions down in Canberra. If those three players specifically, and there are a couple more, even Huddy Young, in
Yeah.
those conditions, if you give him a dry pitch, they are such a fun team to watch on a dry pitch.
Yep.
But because they're in Canberra so often throughout the year, they've got to win these gritty, sort of low-scoring
Saturday,
defensive battles.
Arvo.
But if you give them a dry track with fatigue in the game, fuck.
They're a problem.
I think they're almost disadvantaged by playing their own home track. If that, I know you can.
He doesn't really strength, like the players aren't used to playing in that week in, week out.
I
It's
think
so
normally
weird.
a sticky team down in Canberra would, and they would use this as well. Like it still suits Taps, it suits Big Papa, Horsburgh, and all that. But when you get these guys in open spaces, man, and a nice dry pitch, fuck, they're fun to watch.
Even Taps is different on a dry pitch.
Yeah.
How many hit ups did he have in the first 10 or 15 minutes?
Yeah.
His work rate was off its tits.
Took it upon himself, didn't he?
And I think he knows, he hasn't really, his imprint hasn't been in that many games this year.
I
Because
agree.
they haven't been in games.
I agree.
They have never been in an arm wrestle where Taps can go set for set for set for set for set. And then you'll see him get within 15 minutes have seven hit ups.
Here we
That's
go.
what happened.
I'll say two of our favourites had their best games of the year. So he's one. Who's the other one?
Yeah. Huddy.
No, not in this. So two of our favourite front rowers had their best games, but they're not in the same team, and their team's got a victory. And
Who's the other one?
because they've got such a high ceiling, we
Tino.
bang.
Yeah.
Tino and Taps were fucking
Yep.
awesome.
Yep. And just say that over their first 6 games, the games that they've been beaten in is the games that you can't really imprint your, impose your will on games as a front row anymore.
Yeah.
Because fatigue will get you.
Yeah.
You don't touch the ball for 6 or 7 minutes. All you've been doing is tackling, and then get the ball. That hit up's going to be dog shit.
Sure.
It's when you control the middle and you control the ruck speed, therefore your middles can get in there and dominate the game. It's fucking hard, man.
Huddy, just doing Huddy things. Huddy. Also, for the Rabbitohs side of things, I found out on radio that South and Sharks both arrived in Perth 2 days before the game.
Wow.
Both teams lost. Thoughts?
Well, we went over there.
2 days before the game. So arrived 2 days before.
Before?
2 days before they played on Saturday. They arrived on Thursday. They both did captain's run on Friday. Both the Roosters and Raiders got over there early in the week and spent the week over there.
Yeah, well, that's what when we went there for Origin. That's what
Yeah, there was a big
Queensland did that, and New South Wales were over there for 5 days, and acclimated. Is that it? Acclimated to the time zone. No, it's only a little bit, but it fucking gets you. And then they end up pumping Queensland. So the blueprint's there, Perth Bears. Get over earlier.
Get over early. It's a information for other teams going there. I'm so surprised. I think Ricky went over there early just to galvanise the group.
Well, everyone will be there next year. So
It's weird
That's
that
my
South.
point.
Yeah,
Like
it's
when you're
weird.
playing Perth, don't go over fucking 2 days
we'll
before the
hope you
game.
get the North Sydney slot.
It's weird that South did that. South Wayne's usually all over that shit.
Yeah.
Sports science and people just going, we should go 5 days
And
earlier.
Fitzy.
And to get over there,
When
just
did they both last play?
that's a big thing as well.
Rabbits
played
played the latest. They had the last game of Sunday, so they had more of an excuse to not go. They would have to go to Canberra, grab their shit, and then go over to
Good
Perth,
Friday.
which I think they did.
Good Friday, Rabbits.
So they had heaps of time to prepare.
Plenty of time.
Rabbitohs.
Yeah. They should have gone over. Anyway, Jack Whiten, unreal start to the season. I love what he's doing defensively as well, Mace. You can attest to this. We talked about the changes that you make offensively, but I also think on the left he would take the odd show or bite really hard on a lead runner. He's not doing that on the right. It's he's making really strong decisions. They're playing really well that right edge.
Again, defensively, like just say he's a strong defender and a left shoulder. So if he can go out there because he's on the right side, right? He can just get in better shape, and you don't want to be running nowhere near Jack's fucking outside shoulder. So you're just trying to go overs on him, right? Because you pump you anywhere else. Yeah. You run a tight line on him if you're a back row or centre. See what happens. And then if all he's getting is that shape that's trying to get around him, you can't. He's that good a defender.
He tries to hurt you too when he gets you in
and he's got
squeeze.
Campbell Graham, who's like one of the best readers in defence as well, who trusts Jack Whiten to make his one-on-ones.
Yeah.
It's fucking great. It's great to see.
We talked about. So you live and die by the sort of what South. They make some really bonehead errors.
Yeah.
More so, I think, in and around probably Latrell and Cody trying to come up with the big plays, but you live and die by the sword, right? Like when you got that talent, you're going to try to push the pass every now and again. You're going to try to come up with an undisciplined offload. But I honestly think the way the game played out, the way that Weeks got better as the game got on, I think they really missed Jai Gray in this game.
Yeah.
Because Latrell was awesome, but Jai Gray on kick returns when they were fatigued with 7.
How many meters does he take?
He would have ran for 300 in this game, I reckon.
He probably would have had a couple of really big runs from fullback, like 50 meters, 60 meters nearly. And then look what that does to your sets. You know, Trell does Trell things, mate.
Yeah.
Like, you can't put a stat sheet up like he does. But then, like, just say he's found his feet at left centre and go back to fullback. You know, you're running another 6 or 7K.
I'll tell you where I think just because of the way the game's playing out, rather than put Latrell back to fullback in the next couple of weeks while he's out, I think we'll see Dufty.
I think you should as well.
I think we'll see Matt Dufty. I watched him play against you guys in the New South Wales Cup. He scored 3 tries.
He's too good for New South Wales Cup.
Yeah.
Way too good. He could carve up over there, but he wants to come back here and play NRL.
That'll be a cool story. Yeah. Train and trial, I think he's on. Like, nothing was guaranteed. I think we might see Dufty this week.
You'd hope so. If they're playing a similar sort of style of play, Dufty's he's like Jai Gray. What
about the Roosters 34 defeating the Sharks 22? I wrote down some stats as the game was playing out at the start of the game when they kept on. They made 3 errors in the space of like 5 minutes, and I wrote down because I thought they were going to get beaten. They were down 18-0. Sharks are playing awesome. They've got so many good players. They've got a great coach. Their discipline at times over the last 3 or 4 years has been
more
pitiful.
Yeah, even back to when they were winning back-to-back champs.
What do you reckon it is? What's wrong? How do they?
I don't know. But there's been a problem for a little bit, hasn't it? They've been their worst enemy.
Crichton, Sam Walker's been there for a minute. Toops, like Victor Radley. They've got too many smart, good vets to fucking constantly come up. And it's not just the same person. No. That's the frustrating part. And they give away penalties at a high rate too. They nearly threw this game away in the first 25 minutes. Now, credit to them, they were able to fight back because of that talent that they got in the team. But Robbo must just be fucking straight.
You do your head, you know. If you're the coach, you're just like, you guys on paper could win the comp. I look at that team.
Yep.
Like if you get your shit together this year, Roosters, you can win the comp. That's how much talent you got there. But then like you can't do that. And this Sharks team was ready to play.
Yeah.
And they capitalised off everything that you did, and you still managed to win the fucking game. So you're probably having video today just going, boys, if we lock in for this year, boys, we can dance with the fucking best of them. Sharks are probably the form team other than Penrith at the moment.
Yeah.
The way they're playing, and the last couple of weeks, you still managed to get them.
Yep. A comfort 18-0 down.
Like how? You know, you got something special, and I think Robbo will be looking at that going, fuck. I think get these chances.
I think it was an important game for Chaz and Sam Walker because the 2 other victories that they got against South and Manly, they were mostly in control of that game. They didn't force it, and they did it together. They both had nice moments, and that's great for the combination as well. Ches gets his 100th try in NRL too. Great milestone.
Got double, didn't he?
Got two, yeah. Got two, but I thought this for their combination was better than the other games just because of, the fashion in which they come back.
Yeah, I liked it. It'd be just one of those things where you can't be so ill-disciplined right now. You could 5 years ago because it's 6 to go.
Yeah.
6 to go rule wasn't destroying teams.
Fair.
They're lucky they've got that resilience in them and they've got the vets to make the plays. Yeah, you know, like when they do give 6 to go and another penalty here and another stupid thing here, they've got that mindset to go, we'll repel you. Because they do it for each other.
Victor Radley and Spencer back were going to be huge for them.
Galvanise that whole pack.
Yeah. A couple of real leaders through the middle.
Game like this could really propel into some really good consistency, I reckon, because the Sharks, I was looking at that going, fuck, Sharks going to pump the Roosters? Because I'm like, the Shark, and this says a lot about the game and the momentum swings and the possession and the fitness levels, and the 6 to go rule comes into this. Back foot, totally back foot on the second half. Sharks couldn't get it back.
Couldn't get the ball.
You could not get it back. And when you did, you're rattled because you've been defending the whole time and you go one out, one out, one out. Roosters, they're on another level there. And this is most teams when they find themselves in that predicament. They just fucking pump it up on defense. Yeah. Get a couple of little mistakes here, win the field possession. And they're not winning the fucking game.
On the flip side of things with the Sharks, I know they lost. And it was such a fast start. It slowed down a little bit as the game went on, but
fast track.
If Brayley and Robson were in competition for that 9 jersey, like you were alluding to,
Brayley
played pretty good in a bad team. Like 3 try, everything was, like a lot of people were going to talk about the disappointing effort in the second half, and could Nico and Trindle have, like I'm with you, mate. Like they had so much, like they just lost momentum, and there was a couple of tough calls that went against them as well. And they sort of couldn't get back into the game. But I was watching closely because it was Brayley and Robson, and we just talked about it recently, and I was like...
Just got him. And I was looking at the balls that they were throwing as well.
Yeah, same.
I reckon he's got more fucking torque on it.
No, that was the difference for me. I was watching the clean ball that
right?
Brayley...
Torque? Yeah. More RPM on it.
Robson... I don't know if Robson was feeling the pinch, but normally he throws a really good footy.
Yeah. Fatigue, man.
There were a number of balls at the start of the game when even fatigue was a set in, Mace, where he missed his mark, and I'm going, fuck, Robson's making me look like a fucking idiot.
I can't believe. I thought the Sharks had him when they just scored that simple fucking Hazelton just walked over. Yeah. But because it's not the fact that they scored, it's how they scored and where the fuck was that next defender when Hazelton went through. They were already just thinking about the next play. No one's come back, no urgency. I was like, fuck, Sharks will put 50 on him here.
Yep.
And they still had the resilience and the mindset to come back. That's where all these little things, if I'm a coach, I'm like, I'm pumping all that today. You've got a team here, boys. Get your shit together and we might fucking have a crack.
Yeah. What about the flip side of the Sharks not being able to... Because in the end, they end up getting blown out. And look, again, because the disruptor really fucking ruined the contest of this game. I honestly believe that, because... That would have been super confusing for me as Sharks players, some of the decisions that were made. But
it was the start of the second half and then the end of the game, wasn't it? To get them back into the game to 22-10.
Yep.
Mindset, okay, we're in this. And then it ended it. Oh, well.
All right, let's get to the Warriors 38, defeating the Storm 12. This one comes from...
Sorry, go back to the Sharks. You look at that and go, what do we do? Do you just go palm it off? Like if you're the Sharks, what are you doing?
It's annoying.
30 minutes is fucking...
It's annoying. I tell you what, it matters who they've got next.
Because it's hard to break the Sharks down
they've got the
right
bye
now.
So they've got a bye now, so they'll get to look at it, and they're going to return against 2 good teams, the Cowboys and the Tigers. So there you go.
Can they stay in Perth a couple of days, a little team endeavour? Or you want to get back? No, they would have
Sharks.
They wouldn't have to rush back. So I reckon they would have had a later flight, but just been able to chill there, have a big night on the piss potentially. Like these days, coaches will block out a night where they go, all right, let's work all the way up into our bye. And, we're in Perth. They might have been given the opportunity to treat themselves over there. For the Warriors defeating the Storm 12, Rango Set wrote this. I've got to say, no team has ever dominated the Storm in every single way like the Warriors just did. It's funny to see casual internet fans use the excuse of penalties, but if you watch the game, you wouldn't even complain about the calls. Melbourne deserved every single penalty and got destroyed in every way. AKP was awesome on debut. Rog was a tank. And some of you boys praise all the time. especially Mace, Chanel Harris-Tavita was
Fucking
amazing. He is the key. Now, not to take anything away from you, Mace, but I was the one that had Chanel and Luke Metcalf, and you went Luke Metcalf and Boyd. But whatever, you can
Boydie
take
and
the credit.
Chanel, I said.
You can take
Bloody
you can
Chanel.
take the credit from me.
I always said he's one of the best defending fucking three-mans in the game.
That's what he did, mate.
That's what I looked at. I'm just creativity-wise, I'm just thinking Metcalf and Boyd probably doesn't work, to be honest. Off that one little thing that we saw last
2 weeks.
week.
2 weeks sample
I've
size.
seen, and Chanel, they complement each other good.
Okay, so let's get to this because there's going to be a headache for Webby. So Webby mentioned in the presser after the streak is broken, not the hoodoo. Intentional word speak, I think, with coaches in this day, modern day, is so important. I just love that little detail from Webby. But the headache just got worse. Chanel Harris-Tavita, Tanner Boyd, and Luke Metcalf. It's not a good thing that Metcalf, because I believe Metcalf is the most talented out of the three and has the highest ceiling.
Sorry, so you're saying it's either Boyd out or Metcalf in, and Chanel keeps the 6. That's what what it's going to come down to, because we saw 2 games. Granted, Metcalf's coming back. He wants to prove himself. It's my team, this and that. Coming back from ACL. Boyd sort of fucking took the year by storm and just went, fuck it, it's mine.
Yeah.
And then you found yourself in this little pickle. Chanel, who is very beloved by the fan base and the players, and I love a half that can hit. Fucking love it. And if I'm a front row from Fish or something like that, I'd rather Chanel in there and figure out Boyd and Metcalf at 7. Coach,
I think I'm the same.
Coach.
I think I'm the same.
Yeah, not fucking us. Coach, you're going to have to make that decision. It's a good decision.
You know the good thing about this, Lukey, is that at least the Warriors fan base are level-headed. They're not going to.
Nah, they won't blow up.
They're not going to hammer Luke Metcalf.
They'll reason.
They're
Reasonable.
They'll look at this situation and be very reasonable if they don't get results when Luke Metcalf returns.
Especially when they have to wait to 9:30 for this game to kick off as well.
Oh,
It's
my.
fuming.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Fuck,
That would have tested your resolve then, wouldn't it? Yeah, they were good.
That was good on the Warriors then. That's a big fucking the NRL got to stop doing that shit. Put them at 5:30.
They don't understand, do they?
It's not even gather rounds in Adelaide as well, so just play it early.
Yeah, no, it was Perth.
They
had
had
the
to
Perth
fit it with
games?
the Perth schedule.
But still, just either move it to a Sunday. Like,
Yeah, they could have
Figure it out.
They could have had because they don't want the crowd to leave in Perth, so they need to keep them there for those first 2 games.
Scheduling, mate.
Anyway,
Yeah,
hope
just
you
put it
got
on
it
a
well.
different
I
day.
hope you had a little sleep in on Sunday, Waz fans.
Yeah, you deserve it.
Straight to church.
Tell you who was sleeping well was the Storm players because they were fucking bashing them. You know what it reminded me of? I wrote this down. I was like, I grew up playing in Western Sydney, and it might have been similar to you in Newcastle, Mace. I feel like when games got out of control in Western Sydney, the team who was either frustrated or just bashing the opposition would go sometimes kick the ball back on the third tackle just so the other
So
team
we
could
can
run it
bash,
and they could
yeah.
bash them even more.
what
That's
it
what it
looked
felt like. And like the damning part of the Storm, which we'll get to in a little bit, they started to have a look
Yeah. No, it did. It got him.
across the board.
It got him. That was fucking, it was like bully ball.
It was like bully ball,
Yeah.
and fucking Chanel was getting after it.
When he got
Rog,
kicked,
when Rog was animated like
when
that,
Rog hit you with the Matombo, you're done.
I've never seen Rog animated like that before. Not like a defensive. Like everyone was feeling it. Fish was coming over laughing. Dimitrik was going after it. Jacob Laban, even a fucking Lafiana Campereira's only played fucking
He
70.
was fucking lipping there, wasn't he?
He was lipping maybe a little bit too much for
Too
a winger.
much. That's what I look at.
All right.
Shush.
AKP, you get a pass. I know you've been in the game long enough, but
No.
chill, all right? Chill. But sort of you get away with it. Sort of.
Just because of the fucking level of energy, because I'm looking at you. I'm like, hey.
Yeah. But everyone was about it, right? So I can understand getting carried away. I remember there was one point where they scored a try, and the only guy who was sort of like had a calm head was Tanner Boyd. Tanner Boyd everyone was like fucking chahooing and like high-fiving and shit. And Tanner Boyd's just
He's
like,
not that.
yeah. Which was fun to see as well.
I've been in some games like this when it becomes a competition,
yeah.
just to put off the biggest hit.
Yeah.
And it was like we've had a few of these, and it's like it becomes a competition when you got Sonny and you got Roy, Pricey, Oga, myself, Rennie, all just and Willie Tong. The backs start to get in on it, and they want in on it, right? So in little moments like when Rog did that, like because the backs can't have this fucking man on man sort of battle in the middle where we can. And it was against the Warriors. It was against the Warriors over there. I think there's been a few against the Warriors where it was just a bash up.
You chase
It's fucking,
highlights.
it's dangerous. Yeah, People, it's a fucking dangerous way back then when there were shoulder charges and shit.
Is it fair to say that, like, if we had a version of ESPN Top 10, you're trying to get number one?
You're trying to get the number one
Well,
spot.
no, it used to be the Channel 10. Remember the Channel 10 used to do it on the
did they?
Sports Tonight?
Sports
Sports
Tonight,
Tonight,
Top 10.
Top 10.
So there was a couple of games, and there's been a few where it's just like you try and outperform, but the backs get involved, but back then it's dangerous, man, because shoulder charges and shit, you're getting hit from every single angle. This one is legit, like you know where it's coming from, and you're still getting done.
And it was clean.
They clean hits. The Chanel getting Josh King.
Yeah.
Oh, that would frustrate me too, big boy. That would get me. I'll be like, because the carry on, right?
Yeah.
Fucking got him and then just fucking laughed in his face and shit. Like, man, everyone, all big men don't like that shit. You don't get like a hitting like that.
What about the prelim when Joel Clinton and Sonny, was that sort of turned into that game?
Those games, man. And then they try and tee off on you. It's fucking outstanding. It's a scary little zone when you're fucking right in the middle of it and everyone's trying to kill you as well.
Fuck. It was fun to watch.
It's fun to watch. And I've seen many games go. I haven't seen many games go like that because you're too fucked for one. And but they knew they had the Storm in that position, which is fucking very rare. I haven't seen that being done to the Storm pretty much ever.
Well, guess what? It hasn't been done to the Storm in the last 17 games by the Warriors. So they were like, fuck this.
Yeah, that's
Foot
what I
on
mean.
the throat. Let's go after him. Let's not let up.
They're getting it. Yeah.
I was like, I was flabbergasted.
Yeah.
I was sitting there going, holy shit, they are bullying the Melbourne Storm.
Yeah.
And we'll get to the Melbourne Storm part of this because there's a lot of issues happening right there with the Melbourne Storm. But credit to the Wires. Jackson Ford gets back to his best as well. He had a couple of weeks off where he made some errors. He's sort of the old Jackson Ford returned. He's got the responsibility back. Him and Fish lead the way. Dimitri and Tanner come off the bench and do their part. I thought Jacob Laban handled the switch really well as well. Just across the board, they were fucking awesome.
Not sure when I think it was one of the commentary. Lecker didn't touch the ball for 32 minutes.
Yeah, 32 minutes. Yeah.
I don't understand that. I'd be filthy if I was a coach.
Yeah.
Get in there, son. He's too important to fucking be that.
Yep.
I need you getting the ball like at least 10, 12 times a half.
Well,
He's too good, mate.
That's a good
Weird.
point because I remember hearing that as well, Mace, and that's a good reflection of where it didn't
even take him getting in there.
Well, it took a while for the game. I felt like it was in a good balance there. Yeah, look at this is the start of the game when Cooper Clark went over. He was obviously got them back in the game. Ali and Murata started the game really well. Then Jack Howell scored, so the game was in a balance for 30 minutes. It wasn't until straight after half time that.
And there's some games where the game can 100% get away from you now.
Yep.
Bizza got taken out of the game against us.
Yep.
You did not see Bizza in the game for fucking 20 minutes.
Yep.
Because we just kept kicking that way, keep kicking the other way.
Milky.
Where does he get the ball? When? You know what I mean? So these outside backs and especially the other side winger, if you don't want him to get the ball, if he's as dynamic as Bizza is, you can kick him out of the game.
Yeah.
Right? And even front rowers to a certain play. If you're not involved in that, like just say Tino and some of the middles, you don't touch the ball for 10 or 12 minutes.
Yeah.
That's a big fucking stint.
Even if you want to go looking for
Yeah.
it, it's getting
and
away
it's
from you.
okay, where's the ball? And you've got fucking 3 hit-ups for 20 meters.
Let's get to the Storm. This is the toughest period in the Storm's recent history that I can remember, right? The big three, the current big three of Harry, Jerome, and Money. Now, they lost 4 in a row back in 2022. People forget that. But that was the difference. Harry and Money also had both Bromwich brothers, Nelson Asafa Solomona, The Juice, Jazzy Olam, and even Tui Kamakamitha, who's currently out with the after he had the health issues.
Yep.
This playing group around the boys is nowhere near that anymore. They just don't have that veteran presence. Now, they've got some guys that have been in the Storm system for a few years, but just more talking about the OGs in the middle. The veteran presence in the middle that specifically the Bromwich brothers and Kafusi provided. This is a real tough period for the big three now, and they're going through a transition period, and there might be a full-on forced revamp because of the situation. I keep alluding to it over the last couple of weeks. The health issues of both Ali and Tui, which they couldn't plan for, and the early retirements and releases from Nelson and Pappy. Because there's not, and Bellamy alluded to this after, there is not I think Lasati may be back this week, which will be huge. Poor Joey Chan got absolutely rissoled. I really feel for him because I've been in that.
Been playing good, Joey Chan.
Joey Chan, he got Bellamy just gave it to him at halftime. And again, I've been in that position before where I've been hammered at halftime, Mace. But not with the Fox Sports cameras and that all over it. Like that would have been
That was bad.
That's a real tough period for Joey Chan, and he'll be better from it. Tough love.
I hope so.
Yep.
And I think because Belly knows his players who can cop that sort of spray.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's one of them.
I think he will be.
You think so?
He'll bounce back. But yeah, there's frustration. There's questions being asked. There's like even with the connection. And I threw this example, and I accidentally did what you did yesterday, Mace, in trying to talk about someone else's deficiencies. I threw someone else under the bus.
Straight under me.
So we were about to call the Titans game, and you know how at times the Titans have tried to mimic the Storm with the 3 fullback system.
Yeah.
Jaden Campbell, AJ Brimson. But it just didn't look natural to them. They looked uncoordinated. It was always messy. And they couldn't quite pull it off. Now they've actually changed to Lockie Ellis, and Brimo's having some nice moments there as well. That's how they look like the Titans trying to figure out the system.
Yeah.
Like Money,
last year,
Hughes and Harry, similar to how we were critical of Nathan, Oyezayo and Edwards in that game. The Warriors and the Bulldogs fucking rattled these two premier franchises at Big Three, and they just were lost for answers.
Yeah. It's so weird. This whole comp this year is up for grabs. I don't know how someone's going. I can't tell you who's going to win the comp. I cannot tell you right now because everyone's got a chance. I look at the Bulldogs and go, if we pull that shit off and get Leo back and Critter back and full deck of cards, everyone plays their capabilities, bang, they look like they'll win the comp, the Dogs. So does Penrith look unbeatable. Eagles look unbeatable at the moment. Titans look unbelievable. We'll get to them next. Brisbane has their moments.
Yeah.
Cronulla has their moments. Cronulla from fucking last week to this week to halftime, I'm like, Cronulla can win the comp.
Yeah.
And they all and the Roosters in the second half, I'm like, yep, that version of that team can win the comp. There's different versions that you see throughout every single week of a team that can win the comp. The most it looks like is Penrith, right?
Yep.
But everyone else has their moments of like, if we can string 80 together at this version of us, like Roosters second half against the Sharks, Bulldogs first 30, if we can get 80 minutes to that, then we're in the running. It's about putting that together by the end of the year. That's the hardest thing.
Can you see a world in which the Storm get themselves out of this in the next couple of weeks?
No, I give this game. I backed Storm because I thought, yep, it's the Melbourne Storm. Yes, the Big Three. Yes, fucking down there, Hoodoo Warriors, blah, 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 blah. Done. Now they're sort of back where 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 placings for me.
Yeah. It's a big couple of weeks coming up because coaches and teams will want to get their shit together leading into Magic Round and Origin. And you want to have, because you want to get that wiggle room in the top 4.
Yeah.
That's really important.
And that's what they've always had, Storm.
Yeah.
Always in the last 10 years, they've always top 4.
Because guess what? Now it puts pressure on when those players are missing during Origin. About in years past, Bellamy's been awesome with resting them at times. Like say 1 week, after Origin 1, he might rest Money and Xavier Coates. Then the next one, it's been able to rest Liero and Harry
That's
Grant.
a luxury that they've had, that Belly's had nearly predominantly the whole career down there. Now he's not.
Desperate.
And it'll see what he's going to do. What sort of, does he stick to that whole principle? You're going to have a rest so we can use you for the back end. We need to win this to make the fucking A.
Yeah.
So butters your bread.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the Titans 52 defeating the Eels 10. Called this game yesterday for SEN, and I was pleasantly surprised at Keanu Kinney's post-game reaction and chat. I went down on the field and had a chat to him. We gave him our man of the match. And to be fair, if you didn't like, just based off his reaction and his mannerisms, I would have thought they'd lost 52-10. Now, the reason I say that is because he hasn't been happy with the start of his season. And I think that is great signs for a young kid, his development and where he wants to be, because he just pumped the Parramatta Eels away from home. I think it's the second time in the club's history they've scored 50, and the 10 points is awesome. What's that?
Put your head up, Lukey.
He's just looking at me because it's Barrett.
50,
Oh yeah,
52.
and they, and Parramatta only scored 10 points, 265 meters, 3 try assists, and he hasn't been happy with the start of his season.
No, that's good.
Yeah,
That is good coming from him, and he's a young brother as well. And he has been a little bit down because we are looking at Keanu Kinney like this version.
yeah,
I'm used to seeing that shit.
He's got it in the bag.
I'm used to seeing KO Weeks do that version, what I saw on Saturday, because then when you see him anything less than that, you're like, you're a bit down, mate, on your superstar heroics that you usually do every single week, right? That's consistency and that's greatness, right? That's what they're aiming for.
Yep.
And I love it when Kinney's going, I haven't been my best.
Yep.
When they are at the best, they are fucking crazy.
Well, I went from that interview to this one, which I loved even more. Maho
Yeah. Refuses to score tries for me.
loves the support. We've got him over the line now, mate.
Yeah.
I think he scored 4 in the last 3 or 4 weeks.
But
We've got
there's some things where he's just like, just run the line there. You would have scored. You would have scored another one.
He could have scored another one, or either just like put it on the chest of Chris Randall, I think it was.
He's a good player, man.
I'm interviewing him. Cool story as well, too, by the way. Told me really quickly about his journey. 19 years old, Australian schoolboys. Thought he was killing it.
Yeah.
Got in trouble with training at the Gold Coast Titans. Was advised to humble up.
Yeah.
Went over to Featherstone over in the UK. Played championship level over there for half a season.
Love it.
And then even at the start of the year, Josh Hannay guaranteed him nothing. There were no guarantees from Josh Hannay. And he said they talked about the talent, but does he have the attitude and dedication to become a first grader?
How old is he now?
21.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a player there.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Now he's earned everything.
Yeah. And then he finished, I told Lukey, he finished our interview and he said, Levels Podcast, what's up? Best podcast.
I rate him highly.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's is he Kiwi? He's a Kiwi boy.
I think he's Māori Cook Island.
Yeah, would he?
Māori Cook Island, I believe
Yeah,
so.
I see a lot of talent there. We said it in the trial game.
Yeah.
We're watching the trial game. Like, who's this big bastard?
So
Because I knew he fucking stuck up to
Tom Gilbert.
To Gilbert. Gilbert had a crack and he had a crack back. I was like,
Gilbert's got
there's
the
a bit of
crazy
a dog
eyes
there.
too.
And Gilbert's like Luke O'Donnell.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, one of the blokes, she's like, go away. Donski's
So he had
fucking
another one
relentless.
yesterday. He had a bit of a push and shove with Kitioni Katonga.
He loves it.
And both of those two guys love it as well.
Yeah, I love it.
You know?
I rate him highly. I rate the whole team.
Yeah.
When they're going like this. Perfect example is Tino, right?
Mm.
The games that I've said that you can't see him. It's not his fault. It's not the middle's fault. You can't get the ball all the time when you're on the back foot.
Yeah.
You're going to get smashed. Look what happens here. A common denominator when middles are dominating the game, your team's dominating the game. You're getting the touches back to back in good field position. Then Tino runs for fucking, 16 for 183 metres.
Yep.
Most of it you said in the first 20 to 30 minute stint.
His first stint, yeah, he was really good. Tried to dax me while I was doing my interview as well, which wasn't cool, but shout out to Big Tino. Love ya. Glad to see you with a big smile on his face. Even Lockie Ilias
seem happy, man.
ran into Lockie. Seen Big Mo coming off the bench. There's good spirits. Scotty Sattler, who did some stuff with his SEN, he's doing a good job up there. So is Hannay. The right edge has got a real chance. Fayamani, Jaden Campbell, our man Adamaho, and Jojo Fafita.
Yeah.
Jojo's a man.
I watched him closely. He looks like a future Origin player. He's defensive decisions.
Yep.
Everything. All the little things that Billy would be looking at.
He's doing everything really good, mate.
No. Class.
Yep.
Real class.
And the beauty of him too is he because he was so versatile, and because Desi really shifted him around. Like he's played left wing, right wing, left center, left. So like, I think front runner would be Purdue left center, Rob Toyer right center. But I think Jojo Fafita is.
If you're looking for sheer size and aggression, Fafita will get the jump on Purdue just because of he's a bit more physical. And if you're going up against Critter and you're going up against Latrell or Turbo or Bradman Best or fucking Katoni Staggs, you got to have someone a bigger body.
Yeah.
That's all.
Speaking of big bodies, Eels just don't have it at the moment. They are absolutely decimated. They lost Tuivati and Tailangi in this game as well.
What's Tuivati done? Oh, like head knock?
Cat one.
That's all right.
Yeah.
The other one was, I just saw it posted. Hang on.
He got pumped too. See some bad tackle tech, eh?
He didn't look good. 4 to 12. I'll tell you what he did.
4 to 12.
Yeah, Kit Kat. The hip drop.
Yeah. What? Katoni?
What happened?
Another
Hip drop.
Yeah, MCL. Kitomi,
that's what I'm talking.
Katoga.
It's Kartonga. The 12.
Oh, but I thought he got a category 1.
Maybe that's what they just took him off for.
Interesting. Far out. They can't get. And you know what? I was watching the presser. Again, if you've watched this show, you know I've vouched for coaches that are in good positions now, like Ciro, Webby, and you know, you're getting through tough periods. Rolls is going through an extremely tough period. He's handling the presser so well. I've got even more belief in Jason Rolls and getting him out of that hole right now.
Sucks, eh? You just run out of troops.
Well, they're similar to your Dogs pack, mate. When you lose a few vets in the middle, it really highlights how thin they can be. And Jack de Belin is really struggling to find his role there. Now, he's been he had a really defined role at the Dragons for the years that he was there. And he's just struggling with not being the guy. Because, you know, at the Dragons...
He's doing like Dylan Walker's doing.
He was doing that at the Dragons. To nowhere near the level of Dill, but he did that version of it. Now he's sort of a lead runner. He's sort of getting a little bit lost.
He just needs to play prop. Him and Junior, or he comes off the bench. He either starts or he doesn't really play that much of a part.
Well, he's been playing cup the last 2 weeks, and then he was 18 this week. So I think Rolls just.
No, I'm saying because he's at the back end, right? And he's a great role player, but he either starts, but Jack Williams is starting, right? And you got Junior Paulo. Like, you don't dump any of those blokes back to the bench.
We'll see what happens.
Because Jack's a starter. Right? He just sets the tone in defence. And you know
like he's this version of Jermaine Hopgood last year. When Dill Walker comes in, for as good as what Dill Walker does, if you're being used to being that link man or you play a certain role, then you become what? You end up becoming like a fucking front rower who just wants to take. And like those players, when you've done that sort of role similar, it's like, I don't want to be doing this now, especially at the back end of your career, but you've got to take some humility out of it, take the ego out of it, find out what your role is, and that's where JDB is really struggling.
That's where he needs to understand that he's not the dude anymore, right? He just needs to go, okay, where can I make an impact?
Yep.
And it's going to be like play twos.
Yep.
And it's going to be decoys.
Yep.
Hanging on the inside.
Yep.
And working hard in defence.
Yep.
You ain't going to get the lion's share of the ball, and you ain't going to play like Dylan Walker, because that was a detriment to fucking Dragons as well. They didn't like the way he played.
Yeah, at times, yeah.
Yeah, because there's always you're demanding this bear shape and block shape all the time, where Dylan Walker demands that.
But also at
Yowie,
the Dragons,
all that. So when you've been in the club for so long,
but he was better at the Dragons than anyone at the Dragons, and also like he had because he had that role, he tucked the ball under his arm more often than not because he still had the license to do that.
Yeah.
Now I think that license has been taken away from him, and he's just struggling to adjust.
Yeah, well, that's where he needs, because he at the start of his career he was like he was now. He didn't have that. He didn't have that defining role.
Yeah.
He was just a hard-nosed lock that used to just bang it up whenever he wanted to.
I remember his first game.
He needs to go. He needs to go back to that version, right, and not worry about ball playing so much. He's still got good leg speed, and he's still fit as hell.
Yep,
that's all you need in the middle.
Yes,
and he's got a veteran presence. Tone it down a little bit and just fucking play. And he's a big dude, and he can still hit.
Yep.
So I'm like, you can make yourself a fucking problem coming off the bench.
He's almost the perfect size now because they're eliminating the proper big boys.
Yep.
So all these small ball boys, he can fucking jam them.
Yeah.
Because he's one of the better defenders.
He's a fucking elite defender, and he's always been limited in attack. But they put him in this role at the Dragons when everyone thought they were fucking Isaiah Yeo.
Yeah.
Or Cam Murray or Victor Radley.
Yeah.
And then they kept on playing like that. Now he's got to go, okay, fuck it. Let's just go back to the old smash mouth fucking footy, get some good shape in, play some decent minutes, and he can still do a massive job for you guys, especially with the couple of injuries out here now. He can play a defining role off the bench, 40, 50 minutes, fucking 15 touches, 30 tackles, no misses, and impact the game like that. Fuck passing it. Just get some good shape with you.
100%. Tigers 44 defeated the Knights 22. We talked about how I'm loving Benji's attitude at the moment. I love how frustrated he was after the game too. Soft tries conceded in the last 15 minutes. But can I show you something? Does he just need a chill touch?
Yeah, he does.
So shout out to our man Benj, right? I'll show you this. Lukey, you'll love it. After the presser, we go basically. I'll tell you what up. In the presser, he's furious that they let in those points at the end. He's sort of on edge, trying to talk about what's important, where they're going, and all that sort of stuff.
He's building it. He's building it.
It's a good lesson. You're not
but we got check this out. I think it might have been. It might take it. It might be a little. he just obviously still got a fitness test late in the week, probably. But yeah, we'll see.
And I've got a flavour of the team selection, the drop, and you try and think a spot for it somewhere. You go Dynamite.
Yeah, you can find that on Tuesday. Chill, man.
Wow. Here's that. I thought I would have seen a little smile there.
What if he's just staring like, whoa, come on, man. He's just a
Something one
journo.
of your eyes, bro.
Just a journo trying to ask.
The ones for Warriors.
No
Find
free
out on
scoop.
fucking Tuesday.
Oh,
Find out on Tuesday.
find it on Tuesday.
You fucking love it. Just relax, Benji.
Relax,
a little bit.
relax.
Drop shoulders a little bit.
Just a
2
touch.
seconds. I would have loved to see a little like Benji wink or some shit like at the end, like just to know like
Yeah,
I'm playing.
I get it.
I get it, but I'm playing.
No, but he's a player as a coach. Like, you know,
Nah.
like he's
You know what I
a
don't like
leader.
about the Tigers?
I love it, but chill.
You know what I don't like about
Chill,
the
Ben.
Tigers? The fucking jerseys.
I love him.
Oh my God. Looks
I'm
like
off it.
local league fucking
You reckon?
Tuggerah. Central Coast shit. The Copenhagen Strays.
Yeah, okay. Let me have a look at it. I need to have a look at them. I'm going
Which
back
one?
to
The
it.
white
It's
one?
brown. It's brown. Black and orange.
I didn't know-
get it.
I
It's
don't-
a Maroney brown.
Did you see this interview as well with Tito Taruva
Taruva
after?
and-
Yeah,
Okay.
I love that. Yeah, I
One
saw
of
it a
the
little
greats.
Oh, what about when he goes?
bit. Milky Jenkins.
Milky
What,
Jenkins.
the white kit you're talking about? The
That
white?
kit, I'm just talking about. Yeah, I'm talking about that kit. And look at the pants. It's
Sound
not
like
black.
the Tigers board, whinging about not black enough, not this, not that.
It's not black enough.
It's
Is
not.
that what they were talking about?
No, they just they wanted more Magpies.
Yeah, it
vibes.
should be black, not brown.
No, you don't want
It's-
black.
No, black looks cool.
Oh, yeah, but black you don't want to wear all predominantly black. That's what we were saying, is it?
No, where the brown is,
Yeah.
put it black.
That jersey.
Yeah,
It's orange,
It's
not-
like no, the other bits are like a dark brown,
It's a gradient.
like
It's-
a Bengal fucking tiger.
It's a gradient that goes from black to
Have
white.
a look at the pants, Hoz.
I tell you
Fucking
what,
eyesore, mate.
I tell you what, for the Tigers and where they've been in the last couple of years, if this is the criticism,
Yeah,
of the Tigers
that's good,
right now-
Tiger. So I'm loving the way that you're playing. So I'm picking on your jerseys.
Okay, let's give Paddy Herbert a shout out.
Yeah,
Now,
love this story.
This is a cool story. Benji said after the game in the presser that him and both Paddy Herbert are both from Whakatane. He has not played in the NRL since I think that no pass to Corey Thompson. I think that might have been his last game.
that?
2022
Titans.
And
Oh, when he didn't pass.
when he didn't pass and
In the
they
semi-final.
lost the
to
semi-final.
the Roosters.
I think that was his last game. I honestly do. I'll get it up.
I think I tweeted that.
Okay. You probably would have.
Yeah, I was on Twitter back then.
Where would it be? What's it called? Rugby league program?
Yeah, I got it.
That sucks, but it sucks back then. But it's
2022.
awesome
That was his last game, Mace.
now. Yeah.
That was his last game. So I'm pumped for him, right? Two things. So Benji found him watching a Māori tournament on a stream, seen him carving up.
Thinking, what are you doing? Yeah.
New family and friends reached out to him. Love the story. But remember a couple of years ago when I returned home from the Nines and he played in the Nines tournament? I don't know if you guys remember this. Now, like
Which one?
for the competition up in Gold Coast, the Nines competition that Ant Mitchell's put on, I'm like the competition is littered with NRL players. I remember trying to tackle him and him tackling me, and I know it's only a Nines tournament, but he felt different. I remember like when I felt him in squeezing me and then trying to make a tackle, I was like, holy shit, I said to him like after the game, I go, where you at, bro? Like where you been playing? Thinking that he's still in the Gold Coast Titans system and he's just not getting a run.
Yep.
And he just didn't have a club. And I remember thinking, that's a different type of player.
Yeah.
I felt the difference between playing local league guys and retired players in that
Then an
competition.
NRL fucking.
And Paddy Herbert. And Paddy Herbert was a couple of players. There was a couple of players in that tournament, but he really stood out to me. So I'm so happy for him. He gets an opportunity. Apparently, it was a train and trial deal. Nothing was guaranteed, but Benji's given him an opportunity
That's awesome.
and killed it.
Yeah, he did. It was
just-
outstanding.
Just like killed it.
What about the pass? He thought he was Paddy Herbert. Paddy Mahomes.
Paddy
out there.
Mahomes.
Yeah, the second one was outstanding.
Yeah.
The first one, the try, you'd sort of nearly have to play that.
Yeah.
The second one, there was no need for that.
No.
He just went, fuck it. See you later. And then they ended up scoring a try.
He's playing with house money, that's why.
Yeah, he is. I'm
Like-
doing what I want.
He was fucking labouring.
Yeah.
He had a couple of big injuries. He had an ACL and Achilles apparently. He's playing fucking local fucking Māori tournaments.
How old is he? Lukey?
He'd be
Is he
26, 27.
97. Born in 97, 10 Jan.
29.
Still young. Last couple of years out. Yeah, I love that story, man. They look good, the Tigers.
Yeah.
They look good.
You know what I'm happy for the most in that performance? And we can go through like some really good performances, but I just want the Tigers playing like that at Campbelltown, I think is huge for the club.
Yeah.
Now they've got an awful record at Campbelltown in the last 4 or 5 years. That's their nursery.
Yeah.
If they're going to become a powerhouse in the NRL, they need to have young kids out at Campbelltown, Minto, Engadine, all that area.
Yeah.
They need to see this version of the Tigers team and grow up as Tigers fans. That's what the Panthers did 10 years ago. Yeah. They need to tap into that region and they need to win more games at Campbelltown, and they've got another good opportunity. They've got the Broncos coming a little bit beat up, and I'm tipping the Tigers early. I'm tipping the Tigers to beat the Broncos next week.
That's a hard team to play and a hard team to defend against because everything's an attacking problem. Dewey's fucking everywhere. Yeah. How many positions does he play?
Yeah.
Jock Madden just chills. He's fucking Iceman out there.
Yeah.
Whatever, he's playing with house money as well.
Alfred.
Yeah, he's just chilling. And he's the king, Alfred.
You're using that on SCN as
and
well.
Dewey,
doubled up. I love
Dewey
that much.
Dewey is playing both sides of the ruck in fucking every single position. He just pops up everywhere. Dewey's just like the Energizer Bunny.
Well, guess what? You know, in the Batman movies, Robin just fucks off for a couple of movies as well, doesn't he?
Robin's
and then
out
he
for a
comes back and just creates some danger. So when Jerome, if he returns this week, there's good and bad that comes with that, right?
I wonder how that. Yeah,
Josh
probably
Madden
the best
back to the
Batman
bench.
and Robin.
Yep.
I love what they're doing.
It's going to be
the
fun.
physical Alex Twal.
Yeah.
Again. He's the leader of that team.
Terrell May got some
He's
bigger
like
minutes back.
Mario Fennick 2.0, Alex Twal. Just fucking big, strong, and just like skill set. Nothing crazy.
Is he the Lebanese Falcon?
Yeah, he's a Lebanese Falcon. That's what he is.
Mario was the Maltese.
Yeah, he's the Lebanese Falcon. But he doesn't stop. You have to put
good.
your best defenders in front of him. He gets some shape now. He gets some block shape, and I don't know, the back rolls are good. It's a fair side there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Like, are they the best version of the Tigers? You know, can they jag something bit of heat and go on a big run?
Why not?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
They'll go toe to toe with anyone. Physicality, they're fit. That's the difference.
No, guess what they are?
They've got some decent players.
You'll get into it, and I know you'll agree with me on this. They're deeper than they've ever been.
Yeah.
For Jock Madden to come in and do what he's doing, they haven't had that in years past. Whenever they've lost out, they've been able to keep because of that. They've been able to keep Latu Fainu in that 14 role, which he does. That's probably his role now.
Yeah.
Like I asked a couple of years ago, I said I want to see Dewey and Latu Fainu go at it in preseason. Dewey clearly won that.
Yep.
He's clearly the dude. Latu Fainu can still carve out a really good role in the 14. When he comes on at the back end of halves or games,
It's a different look.
gives them a different look through the middle. Twile moves up into the front row. Terrell May's got a late offload. Like they can turn a 10-point lead into a fucking 20-point lead like that.
Yeah, I like that. I like that movement, right? We have the luxury of having Fainu there and Twile up, Dewey, Lock. They can give you a whole nother look, a whole nother dimension of like, oh shit, I didn't game plan for this. The second wave of it. And Benji's doing that. Like it's on purpose. This is all calculated stuff. It's like I look at it and go, okay, there's your the guys at the front, Twile, May, Bolle, setting platforms, building foundations. And then like fucking once they get over it, then they fucking hit you with some footy.
Yeah.
And this is no Luai, right?
No Luai.
The creativity
Taylor
of,
May. No Stafford Toa.
Yeah, so like they got some footy.
Yeah.
And they're tough enough now and they're vets in the game to handle the situation at the start because they've got their foundation blocks of Twile leading it.
Yep.
May, Terrell May's been in the game 4 or 5 years now. He's arrived.
Yep.
Bolle, third year of starting. This is starting players, right? These guys have been fucking around off the bench and everything for the first about 2 or 3 years of their career. Now they're starting.
Even Royce Hunt looks like a different player this year.
He knows his role.
Yeah.
Outstanding. He's a brick.
The last bit of negativity that's lingering at the Tigers, they need to get Jerome Buller done today.
And the jerseys.
Yesterday. And the jersey. Mace doesn't like the jersey.
Put him black when you're at Campbelltown.
What do you think he does?
Dream Buller is
because he's got
that's the cream on top.
There's a club option for 8. He's got a player option at 9. Is that right?
No, opposite.
The other way around.
9 for the club if they activate it. 8
for him.
8 if he wants to stay.
So that'd have to be getting sorted pretty quickly.
It's a tricky one. It's a little bit trickier than normal circumstances. It's the one and only.
He wants to
Have you
change.
watched the
He wants
full-
to change jerseys,
Yeah, that's
blue
it.
and white.
No white. Have you watched?
I think
I don't know. It'd be so good.
what you're
He
about to say it.
Yeah, the podcast with Terrell May. Have you watched it yet?
No.
Go watch it. Like I'll send it to you in the chat.
I saw
after.
little bits of it, little
Clips.
snips.
Yeah.
little
Clips of plenty.
I'm a
Yeah,
clip
to
man.
watch
I'm
half
not
of
watching the whole fucking podcast.
Yeah, but it's a good watch.
No.
But
he's
you
a
hate
great-
Terrell May, though.
No,
You
he's-
don't like Terrell May or Dream Buller.
He's the greatest podcaster in the country.
He
There
is.
you go.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Good job.
that like the way that he was talking about like Terrell's like you leave, you're the glue, and like when you say something, the whole locker room listens and
Who Terrell said that about him?
yeah.
Mate,
Yeah, he's,
get it done.
I would. That'd be my number one priority.
Fuck 900. Give him a mil.
Do they have cap though?
The Ream. How old's the Dream? How old is the
Well,
Dream?
who else would be on huge money there? Aside from Jerome.
Who are Appy? No.
Happy be on decent.
Appy would be on decent. Good shout.
Not many outside
What
backs,
did
but
Dewey just re-sign?
Do
for?
we got an upgrade, but maybe not this year and next year? Could be one of those ones.
Back-ender?
Back
they've only
ender.
got $1 million player. That's Jerome.
Jerome.
Yeah.
But he's on
You can have
1.5
two.
players,
You can
isn't
have
he?
two now.
He'd be on 1.5 players, Jerome. He's on that much.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, you can have so many people. Fucking, you got so many role players within that top 30.
yeah,
mate.
yeah.
You can fucking give a guy like Jerome Buller $1 million and fucking not really. It won't affect your cap that much because you got so many young players on young contracts, all that shit. They'll fix that the next one.
Here's where my priority would be at that club right now. Number one is still Jerome. He's the heartbeat, even though he's missed the last couple of weeks. The reason that all those Polynesian boys are aligned are because of his leadership. I can see that looking outside looking in.
Yeah.
The May brothers love him. The Boles of the world, the Faunus.
Coach.
He's the extension of Benji. Buller's number 2.
Yeah.
They need to get him done. They need to
Listen,
get Buller
like,
done. And I say that with respect to Terrell, to Dewey, to all the contributors, Alex Twile. Buller needs to get done.
Mate, ASAP. It was be
Rocky.
my only. Yeah.
Ferg.
Get it.
Hey, last one, the Knights. This is
All
a good one. Last one. New
the
Zealand,
Knights, shit,
New
yeah.
Zealand Duncan. Watching the Tigers Knights, and it is just me, or does Trey Mooney look like a spitting image of the Triple OG back in the Knights days? You got the same hairline.
Same colour.
Yeah, same hairline. Fuck, that made me laugh. This is a good lesson for
Good
the
line
Knights.
at the back.
We talked about it, right? If you lose momentum in this comp, away from home,
Yeah.
against an opponent like the Tigers, you
This
can
is the
get
outcome.
rolled.
This
You
is
can
the-
get rolled.
Yeah.
Because they've been good this year, the Knights, and they would have just been sitting there at halftime just going,
What happened?
what the fuck is going on here? Like the
Campbelltown,
crowd's
everyone
behind-
hates you. It's
Yeah.
it's a hostile ground.
Yeah.
Hostile ground. So I'm saying we've seen enough now. 6, 7 games now. I'm like, okay, there's a
They'll
trend.
make it
There's
8.
trends going on here.
They've got a tough run. That's what I was looking at before.
But Holbrook said Dill Brown is a big chance next week.
Yeah,
Dill Brown's returning.
yeah, awesome. That's just what they've done well.
Yeah.
Newcastle, you've done well.
They have.
3 from 4.
They should be proud of where they are, right?
Yep.
Where's the ladder? Where did they slip down to? All the way down to 6. That's fine. Played 6, won 4, dropped 2.
Pretty good.
Tigers and Rabbitohs above them, but they've both had the bye. There we go. Big show.
yep.
Lukey got a couple of good clips there, I reckon. All the best today, mate.
All
Cutting
right.
them up. And
See you, mate.
we'll see you on Thursday.
See you next week.
Next week.
I knew that disruptor was going to be a pain in the ass, but I have to get it all out properly.
No, it'll be as long as